Yo, what's up guys? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Miotsukushi Omote playthrough. We have got some serious shit incoming today because, yeah, this is going to be, like, you know, one of the final days we're actually going to spend, you know, not only reading this, but seeing what's actually happening. I really, really wonder, you know, what's going to happen in the battle today, how it's going to differ from Matsuri. So, yeah, let's get into it. Oh my god, man. This is going to be really quite cool. So, firstly, we're going to see, like, you know, the scene. Oh, I love this scene. We're going to see the scene where Tomitake is finally realised to, you know, be there, actually be alive. It's going to be really cool just seeing how he escapes. Ow, ow. I'll try to be a little more gentle, Shion-san. Always let out a pitiful shriek as a piece of disinfectant-soaked bandage was applied to the wound on his arm. Oh god, so he's somehow got a wound on his arm. I wonder why. His reaction was totally overblown. Oh, the bleeding had already stopped. Okay, that is weird. Yeah, I was injured at the line of duty. I mean, fair, but it's Oishi, so yeah, that could be taken out of context. So there's nothing more wrong with asking for a little more caring treatment, right? That's what I'm doing, you know? Oh my god, that would be awful. That's what I'm doing, you know? Plus, considering my years of resentment towards you, I think it would be perfectly appropriate to soak these in red peppers instead of alcohol. Don't you agree? Anyway, if you got alcohol, it would be really great. If you could get me a nice, hot evening drink. No. What the hell? Alright, that's enough playing along with an old man's delusion. Yep, fair enough. I really don't understand what the hell she is going on about, but yeah. Oh my god, I just love how weird Oishi is it. yeah, there's this old guy seriously when we're rubbing habanero powder into his, oh my god, with his wounds. We did furiously fight like a raging lion to protect me earlier though. Ooh, I wonder. Sonozaki Shion, wasn't it? When you're done with Oishi-san, would you mind doing the same with me? Oh, that's not fair. Oh my god, is it Kumagai as well? Detective Kumagai interrupted Detective Akazaka and started making a fuss. Even if he was more seriously hurt, we're talking the difference between cuts and oh my god. Okay, to be fair, the forensic investigator, he does actually have an excuse to be next because he's an old man. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, and they really, really respect elders in Japan. I forgot about that. Have you no respect for your elders? You intend to pay my injuries no heed. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, I'd call that an injury. I mean, these people probably have really quite bad injuries from the battle. Oh, Tama, the only injury you suffered is stubbing your finger when you've stumbled and fell during the rush. Just set it back in position and apply a hot pad yourself. Here, take it. Yeah! What's with this treatment? Oh. Besides, I had the largest contribution to this strategy. Akazaka! He's getting it next! Out of all of this, he is still the one that's getting it next. Akazaka-san, please pull your hair back so I can disinfect your forehead. Oh my god, he must have had really quite bad injuries if his forehead is so bruised and cut that, you know, Shion's having to do this. Shion's like a nurse here. Sure. Oh god. Oh god. That must hurt. Oh, I'm so jealous. Why are you so desperate? I just love how mad this guy's getting. Listen, when people are speaking, didn't they teach you that in school? No. The old man from forensics was making a lot of noise with his face bright red. And yeah, everybody else paid him no. It might look like we're treating him coldly, but the truth is we know it's just as he said. The whole plan is all thanks to him. Oh, so you're just totally denying his efforts so that you guys can go first in Shion Massage. Trademark, by the way. Got to trademark that. Right, we're gonna... Oh, nice one. We're gonna get an insight on what the actual plan was. In order to help Satoko, I went on a wild rampage that forced Kumagai-san and the others to stop me. Then they forced me to sleep using sedatives, arrested me, and brought me to the interrogation room. God. Jesus. Then I woke up just after Oishi got back from the Sonozaki main house. Oh, yeah. And he asked that I calmly listen as he explained the situation to me.
ということは、リカちゃまをおとりに、お姉と葛西たちが迂回路を通って背後をつくってことですね。
Which means Sis and Kasai are going to take a detour and attack from behind while using Rika-chama as a decoy, right? Yeah, that was the ideal plan, but the road was blocked. Right. Yeah. But we don't know what kind of numbers the enemy has or what they're armed with. We'll do our best to storm into the clinic and rescue the hostages there, then join in afterwards to arrest the culprits behind this plot. Alright. Nice. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, I agree. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, we're a bit short on firepower to arrest Takano and her cohorts. Oh my god, understandable, yeah. Well, I'm disappointed at the power of the state. Yeah, that is actually really quite surprising, especially people that want to kill kids, basically. God. Yeah. That really is surprising. I mean, if you guys remember in the console fragments, Yusuke, like how much backlash he got from, you know, firing a gun at, you know, the person that was going to kill Myanmar, even though he was, you know, shooting a gun right to his head. Would have killed him if he, you know, pulled the trigger. Honestly, this is a dirty tactic, but it would be a big help if the Sonozaki group could do even a little to cut down on their firepower. And what about me? Can I be released at this point? Well, I'd like to, of course. Yes, how was Shion actually released? Yeah, that is bad. He's seeking total resentment. But that idiot Otaka is still aiming for you, big time. I find it really quite funny what Tomoe said was a complete lie. Like, she just totally used her authority and her advantage there. Yeah, you'll have to stay quiet for a while until things clear up. Yeah, but at the same time, she still can go out. She just needs to be really quite quiet and secretive about it. So in the end, I'm left out of the loop. What the fuck? Why is she so strange? Is that just like, was that really, really weird sound? Just like a anguished sort of, I don't know, like whenever you really, really clench your fists hard. I'd assume that's what it was. I want to help rescue Satoko too. Shit! Just then the door to the interrogation room swung open with a bang! And the old man from forensics came in dressed in a lab coat with his face burning red. Yeah. Come on, old timer! Oh, you really think this is going to be a time that's suitable for that? How many times have I told you to not before barging in? Oh, you idiot, you think I have time for that? Oh, should take a look at this. Then, looking short of breath, the old man handed a photo to Oishi. In addition to Detective Kumagai and I, Akasaka-san, who happened to be nearby, gave it a look too. The writing was blurry and hard to make out, likely because of the enlargement. Some sort of alphabetical symbols were lined up. Maybe a chemical formula. English alphabet? What about it? Oh, I'm sure none of you can read this. What? You've got to be kidding me. This is how they find it? This is a biological weapon dispersal canister. It's prohibited by international law. Jesus.
No.
What? Jesus Christ. To be honest, I kind of agree. I mean, this would have had basically the same... I mean, not really in terms of destruction that, you know... well, not really destructions from explosion. Fire, I think it's nuclear fission. I don't know though. But yeah. You wouldn't have the damage of an explosion, but you'd still have the damage of 2,000 villagers going insane and taking that out on anybody near them, and, you know, Hinamizawa syndrome potentially spreading. I don't know if it would spread anywhere outside of Hinamizawa, but it still would, you know, the violence would spread easily. God, that's insane. That really is. That's right. Yeah, not something very good. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what they were planning to use it for, but viruses have a significantly higher dispersal and penetration rate than poison gas. Interesting. Yes, I agree. Really good intuition. In the unlikely event that they release something like that in the village, not one of the 2,000 villagers would even survive. Oh, is she realizing the urgency? What is something like that doing in Yagoti? What's wrong, Shion-san? Yes. Yeah, Yagoti just happens to be upwind of Hinamizawa. Yeah. Sis once told me that's why pesticide spraying helicopters take off from there. Kuma-chan! Has Okinomiya Aviation applied for a helicopter flight permit? Oh, not yet if I'm mistaken. Oh, that's bad. However, pesticide spraying is done right after the festival, so it wouldn't be strange at all for them to be deployed in advance. Yeah, but the only thing that's kind of different with this one is the humans. The humans are the pesticides. Yeah, let's go to Yagoti. Oh, timer, lead the way. Well... Oh, you'll find a way. It's a fucking emergency. I haven't actually visited the place in over 30 years, so I don't really know the way. Excuses. Oh shit, I should probably charge my phone. Sorry. I will forget if I don't charge it now. So, yeah. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. I mean, this is a totally realistic application of the pesticide spraying helicopters. What? Shion, maybe? Then is there anyone here who knows how to get there? I'm not all that confident myself. Oishi turned back as he said that, but Kumagai was silently shaking his head. And of course, there was no point in yeah. Is there anyone who knows the area? If we waste a lot of time getting lost on the way, that'll be the end of the story. Agreed. Yeah. In which case... Good. Then I'll guide you. Please let me come. Oh, that's actually really quite funny. Shion actually has to come out for the sake of 2,000 villagers. Huh? Shion-san, you know how to get there? It was a long time ago for me too. But I went there all the time during the dam opposition movement, so I think we'll be okay. Nice. Oh, that's really, really good. Oishi frowned for a moment while thinking over. Oh, come on, this is going to save the lives of so many people. It really, really doesn't matter. Even if my release is a pretty safe assumption at this point, I'm still a suspect currently under arrest. He could be held liable for taking me outside. Yeah, that is bad. Maybe the excuse that I'm thinking of wouldn't actually be just in terms of, you know, police scolding. Or maybe it'll be overlooked because of the severity of the other crimes that are going to happen. I mean, obviously they can't think of that in retrospective yet. But yeah, I can. Huh. Oi-san, let's go. Yeah, I love that Akasaka doesn't even question it. Akasaka-san? Yes. I know this is cliche, but there's no time to waste making slow decisions. Good one. Yeah, he's really, really good at policing, but he also knows how to break the rules. So why don't we take her out on the pretense of escorting her somewhere? Oh. Got it. Yeah, things do go south. We're all in the same boat. And the maritime pay gets docked. I'll send the Sonozaki a bill for the difference. Just paying about the difference. Think bigger. Tell them to pay you back double. It is though, they're a fucking Yakuza family. Why would you want to, like, risk anything? No, don't do that. You're, like, worst case scenario, you could get, I don't know, they could do something bad. Really bad. That would ruin your retirement. After that, it became a race against time, but we won it. Yeah, that's really good. The helicopter was just about to take off. But it was forced to stay grounded when Akasaka fired a warning shot. Nice. And the mountain dogs in the nearby shack must have not been expecting an attack because they didn't show much resistance when Oishi rushed in. Oh, good one. Yeah, so they were quickly rounded up by the police officers. Still, it was a close call. I know! A biological weapon canister was loaded on that helicopter. Yes, just as the old man from forensics deduced. So if this forensics guy couldn't read the, I don't know, the kanji for whatever a biological weapon canister was, everyone would be dead. Just because of him being able to read one thing, we can continue like this. Yeah, Shion was a pivotal person as well. Like, without her actually being there, nobody would have been able to actually do anything really. Anyway, I guess all I can do now is treat the people here. Oh, but you led them to the battlefield, isn't that like just as important? In the end, I couldn't even step foot on the battlefield. I wonder if that's more appropriate for a girl like me. Somehow I found myself making weird complaints as I pasted a bandage onto Akasaka-san's head. Really, I feel better on going on a rampage on the battlefield like Sis and Kei-chan, and it would suit me. No, I agree actually, yeah. When they raided the clinic, the whole facility was apparently unmanned, aside from the hostages tagged up inside. It's quite surprising actually. Why would they just leave hostages? I mean, that really shows their desperation. Kasai told me about it. The squad we thought was defending the clinic actually broke off. Oh, before the police surrounded the facility. Yeah, good one. In order to pursue Sis's separate advancing. Yeah, fair. And what's more, that squad was oddly quick to retreat and disappear into the mountains. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I see. That virus was their trump card, so they were probably thinking they'd be hit by that if they stuck around any longer. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the case as well. I mean, not only because of, you know, wanting to avoid the police, but also because of that. Yeah. However, all their schemes backfired thanks to our successful interception. Yeah, nice. Thinking about that helped out clear up my sour mood just a little. Yeah, nice. Then Akasaka-san gazed at me and gave me a smile. What is it, Akasaka-san? Don't smirk at me! Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh, I was just thinking that treating the engine really suits you. God, that would be weird. Hey, why not try becoming a nurse? You too, Akasaka-san? We say right next to this dirty old dude. Makes you think maybe you've been infected with whatever he has. Oh god. Oh god. I know! Wait, hold on. Isn't that going a bit too fast, Shion-san? That's even worse! Akasaka-san and I, we're like sworn brothers. Turning a deaf ear to whatever it was she was babbling about, I suddenly had a thought. Up until now, I was always aggressive. I always believed I couldn't move forward unless I was the one on the offensive. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. So, I suppose if she wanted to actually become a nurse, like, you know, not being on the offensive is not a bad thing. You can be on the defense. Well, you don't really have to be directly attacking, but I suppose you could still kind of be attacking because you're, you know, you're healing the people that are then going to attack. So, even if somebody ended up getting hurt, even if it was me, I always thought that that was the unavoidable price of it. Yeah, the unavoidable price of just being on the offensive and, I suppose, yeah, being able to move forward. Yeah, getting hurt is the unavoidable price of moving forward. I mean, understandable. But while there's some truth to that, it's also misguided. I agree, yeah. You have to protect things or you'll lose them. If you don't stop moving, you'll lose the ability to comprehend the situation. Yeah, fair. Yeah. I never noticed until now, but I found something beyond myself that I considered precious. And after reaching that understanding, I was finally able to reconsider the idea I had that passive behaviour was foolish. And who made me realise that was... Oh, I really wonder who it was. It was probably... I don't know, just a... Maybe Satoko. Maybe Satoko, because Shion's saying, like, you know, the people that she can protect... Well, she can't move forward in life without, you know, having... What was it? And she thought that... I don't know. Yeah, you can't Yeah, you will lose things if you, you know, don't protect them. I suppose that really, really proves how she feels with Satoko. Now I'm just getting worried about the others. Yes, I guess it's about time for us to get going. What about you, Shion-san? Are you worried about Mion-san and your friends? Yeah, a little. But only a little. That's actually really quite funny. She has so much confidence in them that she doesn't feel any worry whatsoever. Yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah, I'd expect no less from the future Sonozaki family head's other half. You're trusting your sister runs deep. Yeah, I kept quiet and smiled back at him. Well, on a good day, it does. It's not because of a bond of blood. It has nothing to do with our sibling relationship. Because we understand that she and I each have something precious that we'll do everything we can to protect. Oh yeah, that's interesting, yeah. And they understand that they are both going to do everything and they are never going to take failure as an option. So as a result, they're going to do everything and hopefully things are going to play out well as a result. That's right, I can't be her any longer. And she can't be me either. Oh yeah, definitely. They have to live their separate lives, yeah. But that's fine, because that's enough to be happy, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Living a true, honest existence where you, yourself, have no sort of identity crisis. That's really, really good. That's a really good beginning point. I'm Sonozaki Shion. Yeah, just being Shion is enough. I looked up at the sky as I muttered that to myself. Good luck, Mion. I'll do my best as Shion too, even more than ever. Yeah, that's nice. So I have to say say goodbye to the name Mion. Yeah, fair enough. It felt like an intense weight that was resting on my shoulders suddenly disappeared. Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting because she should be Mion, and that, you know, feeling really must have eaten up at her, but now she's just finally having the maturity to sort of let it go and live her life as herself, really, and, you know, not switch with her sister, not become her sister for a few days. God, it just sounds so weird that you can so simply say, become your sister. I mean, come on. It's so weird. Ooh, I wonder what this is gonna be. Whoa! Jesus Christ, that was a... Oh god, what is this remix of the opening? Vocals? Oh, good, that would have been a disaster with vocals. This is good, I like this. Oh yeah, I like this. Satoko's trap diversions were becoming even more stronger and more effective with Mion's support. Oh, that's good. I can imagine Mion being really good for stuff like that. Skylark 7 to HQ. Skylark 7. You really think that's gonna last for long? Target identified. Pursuing now. I love how much like brutes they sound. This is Skylark 5. I'll handle it. Leave it to... He didn't even get to finish that! Naturally, Mion was also intimately familiar with these mountain trails since she often travelled here for local activity. Oh, yeah, nice. And one of Mion's skillful leadership and tactics, they were able to display terrifying fighting power. Oh my god, yeah, fair. Oh boy, Scarlet 5 has gone. That imbecile, he totally walked into that. Well, that's a little bit of a skill issue. Dika-chan was feeling fatigued. We hid her away in the mountain hut and dedicated ourselves to scouting and information gathering. Then, after assessing the enemy's numbers and general progress, we set up a hotline with Satoko acting as our assault and reconnaissance liaison. Oh my god, it's a liaison, I don't know. I mean, Tomitaka's a liaison from the clinic to Tokyo, so I'd assume he'd communicate everything from the clinic to Tokyo, like everything that's been happening with the clinic. So I suppose a liaison is a person that learns the information and then relays it to another person. That's my guess. Nice. Mion delivered instructions via a walkie-talkie stolen from the mountain dogs. Nice one. Yeah, that's good. Well, then R&I focus on diversions and attack. This is Nightingale 8. I've spotted them. Oh, surround them and ambush them. Drive them this way. Oh, you really think they're going to be able to do that? What's that? Over this way. Huh? I love that. Yep, you're on your own, Nightingale 8. I love that. Then R&I scattered, inviting the enemies to follow us to their doom. Yeah, nice. Totally trap them. Traps only activate when they're stepped on, but sometimes it can be effective to activate them yourself with the right timing. Oh, right. We confirmed it with Satoko and familiarized ourselves with it. Then we steadily cut down on our pursuers one by one, sometimes fighting back, sometimes lying hidden, and sometimes launching the attacks ourselves. God, that is actually really quite surprising. So some of the attacks can actually be, traps can be launched as attacks. So if the mountain dogs actually somehow learn how to launch the attacks, then they could, in theory, really win over Casey's lot. But no, that's not going to happen. No fucking way. Where are you? Show yourself! Oh, our primary method of attack was repelling them with Satoko's traps, but then R&I used the element of surprise to launch attacks on our own. Yeah, nice. Even if the traps fail to finish them off, attacks that land when they're off. God. Ooh, yeah, and in an elevated psychological state are effective even against highly trained mountain dogs. Well, they may be military members, but they are human beings as well. Of course they're going to be affected. Yeah, nice. Oh, this Scarlet says I've been attacked. They pushed me toward a pit and what happened? Scarlet 6, respond. Shit, what is going on out there? The radio communications had actually made things worse, much worse for them. Oh, the more they heard about the damage done to other units, the more worried they got. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, that slowed them down and made them think less strategically. Brilliant! Oh my god, that's just going to make baiting them for the traps so much easier. Yeah, once they fall into that mental state, even these mountain dogs are like peeled shrimp lying on a cup. Jesus Christ, that's a vivid analogy, but like still. Yeah, I understand that, yeah. Jesus Christ. Snatch the enemy gun, then bang, bang. Fire off a few gunshots. It was a way of signalling that an enemy was taken down. Oh. Then R&I had already lost track of how many times we signalled, but Mion was keeping an eye on the map and organising the information, so she knew exactly where and how many times we did. Jeez, that's genius. Oh my god. And was able to work out how to handle the enemy. That's insane. So they just basically shoot to confirm that they've actually, you know, killed a mountain dog. And then Mion, I mean, she can't locate the exact location. That's impossible. But still, she locates an approximate location. And from that approximation, she can plan where they should go now. That's so clever. Wow. I mean, genuinely. For a person with 0 academic ability, I'm just surprised that she has the brain to do that. Holy fuck. Like, if you are smart enough to do this, and yet you can't even do basic studying, I mean, how the fuck is that even possible? It just makes 0 sense. Mion-san. Oh, good one. Kei-san and Rena-san have made excellent progress. Nice. In a little while, the enemies from the south will move to the location just as we expected. Brilliant. Roger. The remaining forces are probably gathered right around here. Now what are they gonna do? Yeah, in other words, hopeless. Are these guys from the south going to be like the ones we stopped earlier? So if that many shots were fired, then their strength has been reduced by 30%, eh? I really wonder. And their morale as well and their strategic thinking. Yes, I know! Technically speaking, this would be a crushing defeat, right? Oh, at least 1 or 2 men have to respond to calls from injured soldiers. Total distractions! Yeah, nice! No, but the only thing that's so bad about these traps is, like, when the 1 to 2 people, you know, go to the injured people, they're going to be trapped themselves because it's just so hard. There are so many traps here that you are in a very little chance, a very sort of small chance to actually get to this person without falling into something. And then you've got to think about getting back if you actually do, in the unlikely event of getting to the injured. God, it's so clever what they've done. Yeah, definitely, but you really think Okonoki, under Takano's influence, would? This is Colour 1. We have too many injured men in our unit. Yeah, we don't have anyone to continue the pursuit. We have no other choice but to give up. Yeah, that is actually fair enough. He has got a point, but at the same time, they're getting damaged at too quick of a rate for that. You know, the fact that they're narrowing the range of action to be a good thing. Scarlet 1, we may have been badly damaged, but we're definitely narrowing the enemy's range of action. You may not withdraw. Maintain the front with what you've got. Yeah, with what you've got. In other words, nothing. Ha! Shit. Scarlet 1 to all units. Yeah. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, the commander is basically telling us to die. Yeah, check your supplies once more, and we'll resume the march. Exactly. Oh, Mion has so... I think from the walkie-talkie Mion actually stole from the mountain dog, she's probably able to not only communicate with Katie and Lena, but is also able to communicate with the mountain dogs, or at least that's what I'd assume. Takano-san is so mad that she won't allow it! Yep. Yeah, definitely, yeah. The morale of the unit commander was down because his requested withdrawal was denied, and they have to resume the march. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Okonogi is a smart commander, I don't deny that, but under Takano, it doesn't even matter if he's smart. Here's our chance. What the hell are they gonna do? Go with Dena and roll them to section Z on the map. The traps there are something else. Oh, and Kei-chan, fight as much as you can on the way to Section X. What a fun game. I do gotta get what Mio means. I mean, she is totally laughing like a demon at this point. But still, though, it is basically just like a club activity, but really real. Yeah, incredible work. Like always, Mion. That's really quite funny. Were you born in the wrong era? Yeah, the military commanding area. Area? Era, even. Good luck, Kay the magician. Oh my god, fair enough. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time surpassing your predecessor, huh? I just love that laugh. So if Kei-chan is a magician, I'll be the invincible Kaiser. It's like I can see this. Yeah, understandable actually. Miona's just got X-ray vision, seriously. I mean, my god, the fact that she's actually been able to, you know, really well plan all of the and predict the movements of the mountain dogs. It's a totally winning military operation at this point. I mean, it's like I can see this mountain inside and out. And I laugh. Mion was the time to display exponential ability. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, when she's down, she's at rock bottom. But when she's in perfect form, it's just terrifying. Oh my god, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. With the studying example, that totally applies to that, yeah. And Mion understands that this battle in the mountains is ultimately just a feint. Yes, definitely, yeah. We're simply buying time until the Sonozaki group and the police arrive. Oh my god, the Sonozaki group, fucking hell. When they all arrive and I don't know if they're gonna go up the mountain, but like, if they do, holy shit, that would be amazing. The mountain dogs are absolutely screwed. Ooh, I really want... Oh, I'm excited for this scene. Yeah, Domino didn't have enough stamina to walk around in the mountains. She was running out of breath, but even so, she continued to scream at the mountain dogs on the radio. She wasn't using an intercom like the mountain dogs were. Instead, she was using the communication unit on the back of one of the dogs. Oh, God. Man must have an ear disease at the moment. so he constantly had to listen to her yelling. Damn! They're literally trying their hardest. What do you mean? Everyone is so useless. To be fair, they are kind of being, like, beaten by kids. How can they call themselves a special unit? Yeah, fair. Whatever happened to the famous mountain dogs, huh? Takano bit her lower lip and squeezed her left arm with her nails. Jesus. Her arms had nail marks. Oh, yeah, it's actually really quite interesting that because, you know, Hinamizawa syndrome is a thing. God. Odd. Yeah, she was holding her grandfather's research scrapbook in her left hand. Even Takano didn't know why she was holding it. Maybe she grabbed it unconsciously because she wanted her grandfather to comfort her. That is weird. Why would you do that? I mean, my god. If you grab things unconsciously and you don't even realise the reason why you are holding this to one of the most important military battles. Yeah, I don't really think that you're in a good state of mind. She's totally getting high levels of the syndrome though. I mean, why would you have nail marks all over your arm if that wasn't the case? The mountain dogs had already suffered devastating damage. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. They're out walking around in an area they weren't familiar with, and they wasted their energy on the multitude of traps that have been set. Yeah. Although they were as tough as can be, they were getting exhausted. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. shit, does the Major even know? Any commands other than attack? Oh my god, I know. I mean, my god, she's so unrealistic. Nothing 1 to 19 13. Watch out, watch out. Your left wing is down. Oh shit. Ah, you're next. You've got to be kidding me. Why me? Damn it. He panicked. The same thing kept happening. Yeah, his team members have been going down one at a time, starting from the left flank. And he was next! Oh yeah, that's actually really good. So they're just picking on all of the people from, I suppose, the far left to, you know, the middle. Yeah, that's genius. Yeah, did that mean that the enemy was coming from his 9 o'clock? No, there's demons don't think normally. So 9 o'clock, that'll be 270 degrees? If you're looking north. And north is 0 degrees. Or it could be 90 degrees, 70 degrees. Well, basically the same thing. Yeah, so, yeah. On this mountain, being aware of 360 degrees around yourself, oh, I know, wasn't enough. This is some 4D shit right here. Even being closer to the ground below your feet and the sky above your head wasn't enough. Oh my god, yeah, look at Skylight 13. I mean, my god, he quite literally had a barrel chucked on him. That was so funny. He kind of deserved that though. Where are they fucking coming from? Those bastards! Come here, come the fuck at me! I love it. You can just really tell how mad these people are. Nightingale 13 held his pistol in front of him as he looked around timidly. Oh god, that's actually really quite bad. If they fire, oh no. A long-range weapon should overpower any geographical disadvantage and turn the situation in his favor. Oh no. But that's only true in a high visibility environment. Yes, very true. Yeah, it's not nearly as effective in a mountainous region full of vegetation, especially at dusk. Yes, and moreover, the enemies were apparently scattered all around. Yeah, so the soldiers still had no idea where the primary target, RIKA, was located. Yep, she is totally in the most hidden location, probably after Section Z. Until they could determine her precise location, indiscriminately opening fire was strictly prohibited. I'm actually really quite surprised that Dokkanor would. Well, I mean, she's conscious of the police and legal issues. There was no way he could risk using his weapon under those conditions. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Huh? What's happened? Nightingale 13 heard a noise behind him from a bush. He thought he saw something, so he fired his pistol. What? The scent of a gunpowder spread as a bullet flew into the empty bush. You've got to be kidding me. Did you just imagine it? That moment a strange response came from at his feet. Oh my god. What the hell? So, I'm assuming what's actually happened, Satoko has probably created movement in the bush. It kind of depends if... No, it kind of depends on the geology of the mountain. If there's maybe like a cliff face, she could have potentially dropped something without being seen, like into the bush. No, but he would have seen that. Oh, I don't know. It was probably just Satoko sneaking into the bush and then pretending to, you know, be there and just totally running away after that. That's ridiculous though, my god. Damn it! Then he heard a noise behind him again, and this time he saw someone coming at him. Whoa! However, his reliable weapon was useless because he couldn't properly aim with his stuck hands. And then the figure let out a roar. What the hell is Katie gonna do? Oh my god, so this guy, I don't know, he's literally shot at somebody and then, well, he's tried to shoot at someone, so yeah, definitely declares a real hostility. Katie is definitely gonna return that hostility. I love this! You bastard! Yeah, you're very scared of a kid there. That was all it took! Because he was so scared he didn't even think. Oh yes, interesting. He was just instinctively firing. It's so genius though, like, you know, getting this person into one spot. I mean, it could go so wrong. He could go into any spot that isn't the one that, you predicted him to go to. Satoko, who was up in the tree, dropped a metal bucket on... What? Oh my god, insult to injury, Jesus Christ. So this guy's literally wrapped in metal wires. And now he's got a metal bucket dropped on his head. Oh my god. Oh, a net. But still. That is ridiculous. It landed perfectly, so that's the funny thing. Oh my god, he's not going to be able to see anything around. What is this? What is this? The bucket has some drawings on it. What were they? There were drawings of strange, unknown creatures. What, in the inside? They somehow resemble those strange characters you see on educational TV programs. Right. Was this like a really old bucket Satoko hat? Oh god, aren't they just so cute? The proper demonic Omote. Take it home with you. What the wait? Lena jumped out from another bush. She hit the bucket with a stick. No. Maybe. Jesus Christ! No, maybe it should be described as a strike instead of a hit. Fucking hell. Beyond the man that was just sent flying. Katie moved to the designated location. Designated. Of course, it's designated. The designated location as quickly as possible. An intense aura was radiating from his entire body, like that of a fearsome magical beast. He began swirling a stick of cypress wood around him as hard as he could, like a Tokugawa era soldier wielding the sword of certain death. So that's where Katie said it was like, I'm the bringer of death. I'm the god of death has returned. Oh my god. Destructive force can't be measured from just one direction. It's a function of both speeds added together. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's not just Lena's work. Katie is really gonna deliver the final blow. Both Katie's strike and the speed of his opponent. Oh, alright. Oh, I kind of misread that. Both Katie's strike and the speed of his opponent created a truly amazing destructive. Oh my god, yeah, understandable. No, but the only thing is, if he's hitting you with a high momentum, to actually, you know, create a resultant force, you're going to have to require, you know, a lot of strength in that. I mean, my god, he must be very strong. Oh, get out of here, motherfucker! With an exhilarating and magnificent sound, the Matador flew into the air in the opposite direction. What? Jesus Christ, it's like a bloody golf match. That's insane. I'm just trying to imagine this in my head. The man fainted and fell silent as soon as he left. Oh yeah, if you didn't faint, I do not know how much of a superhuman you'd need to be. As soon as that opportunity presented itself, Nenanai leapt out and tied his hand behind his back. Nice one. He's even in a net, and yet is, you know, and yet that is just the final detail that needs to, you know, make the happen to, you know, make the humiliation fully on display. Well, Nenanai handled tying up her enemies. Tying up your enemies. Nice one. Satoko sharpened all her senses to seek out any signs of activity around us. Yeah, nice one. And then she relayed the intel about our surroundings to Mion like a radar operator. We were all getting excited while waiting for Mion to relay orders about where to attack next. Yeah. I love that Mion's just kind of going insane here. Nah, she isn't really. Why are you looking at me that way? Oh, you haven't had enough fun yet. I guess we're just getting warmed up, huh? I mean, if this is just the warm-up, Jesus Christ, I don't even want to know how epic. I mean, to be honest, if this is just the warm-up, then some people are going to get killed as a result of this, let's be honest. I mean, I get that it's funny because of the traps being fucking ridiculous, but still. It will not end well. Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Shall we continue? Let's get them all. Yeah. Logistical capabilities mean more than the strength of an individual. That's actually understandable in this case, definitely. I mean, my god, these people... I mean, Satoko against, I don't know, like Skylark 13. I wonder who would win. But Satoko against Skylark 13 with logistical ability. Oh boy. And traps, by the way. Awesome. The Japanese people have demonstrated that. Yes, right now, each of these club members is a hero and part of 1 million soldiers. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but like, still, I get what it means. I get what it means. Superior numbers of firepower are relevant in, yeah, the face of guerrilla tactics. Yeah, fair. Accurately assembling the battlefield situation and reporting intel back to HQ is the key contribution of a reconnaissance force. Yeah, fair. In that respect, Satoko was the ideal person for the job. Since she was familiar with both the terrain and the location of the traps, so she was best able to act quickly. Yeah, understandable actually. I mean, if you're going to be, you know, assessing the place around you, you know all of the area, so you know any place a Mandalorian could potentially be coming into. That plus the Nena/Katie tag team combination was simply exquisite. Oh, brilliant. No, you can simply say it was perfect. And on top of that, Mion was using her geographic intuition and knowledge of each person's abilities to organise activities and deliver extractions, like moving chess pieces. Brilliant. Yeah, nice. Yeah. It's actually really quite interesting that, you know, this could be really easily analysed via a chess game. But the only thing is about chess, it's like, you know, one side just takes out the other one. The other one isn't even allowed to play, because even if they do, they will get defeated, let's be honest here. With everybody working like that, yeah, who could stop them? Exactly, yeah. Okunogi's original estimate of this situation was already looking too soft. Yeah, nice one. They're kids, but they are fucking talented. They really are. Okunogi finally realised that before they started the siege, he likened one of them to a well-trained platoon. But that didn't fit anyone. Jesus Christ. I mean, I would have thought, like, even without having knowledge of you know, their abilities, I would have thought even this, because of them being kids, would be something really, really exaggerative, hyperbolic for a military commander to think, but no. They were on par with an elite armor division. Jesus Christ. Yeah, foot soldiers couldn't beat an armor division. Yeah, an armor division, never mind an elite one. That's ridiculous. I mean, to be fair, it does sort of bear the same analogy, really. An elite armor division would defeat a counterintelligence unit like the Mountain Dogs entirely. What Okunogi had was just a company. A company! Where was the air support? Or a bombardment from a warship or an artillery? I feel kind of bad for Okunogi. I mean, like, he is a total military commander, but he's just in too low budget of a place. There's too little adventure with the Mountain Dogs as well. I think he wants more. Okunogi needed someone to pump the mountain full of holes. Oh, yeah. If he couldn't have that, he needed a submarine to fire a nuclear weapon. Jesus Christ, you are fucking ridiculous, but okay. What, a nuclear weapon just to kill 4 kids? Where is Rika, by the way? That's a good point, but like, still. Where did Rika go? Seriously. I think she's just at the top of the mountain, just chilling. I don't know, though. Or hiding, not chilling. God, no. How could you chill in a situation as important and, you know, as, I suppose, pivotal as this? If he couldn't have that, he wanted to retreat. Oh, yeah, understandable. Yeah. Okunogi no longer had any doubts. His foe was both powerful and... Yes, they're clever as well. And the tide was clearly turning in their favour. I wonder why they've become mighty heroes on par with thousands of soldiers. It's ridiculous, that. He wanted to see the face of the commander, or at least he wanted to know their name. I wonder if he actually gets to see this in, you know, Miotsukushi, because he doesn't in Matsurigo, if I remember correctly. He does in Matsuribayashi, obviously. Oh my god, that seems perfect. But then Okunogi remembered the demons used to live in Hinamizawa. He also realised, these guys were demons! Yeah, Nightingale 13 is down. Phoenix 4 is down. This is Skylight 10. I just love that this professional military unit is getting scared at the sound of kids. I can hear the voice of children. I'm surrounded! Help me. Help me! Ooh, but is that what they want them to do? Because that's what Skylight 13 did. Skylight 10, fall back! To where? Jesus Christ, what's happened? This is Phoenix 9. Oh shit, I spot one of the enemies currently in pursuit. Send support. How fucking goofy this guy's voice is. Phoenix 9, where are you? I don't know where you are. Give me your current location. There is a fog. It's cold. He is in Section Z. Is this a riverbank? Phoenix 9, there are no rivers anywhere near us. Calm down, where are you? What I can see. I can see my dead sister on the other side of the river. Is that river also the one where... God, is this like some sort of hallucinogenic gas? It's so fucking weird. That really is. Oh my god, where have they got this from? Or maybe he's just so stressed that he's actually seeing things. I mean, he is a soldier, to be fair. Like, mental health in the military, I'd assume it can either be really good or really, really bad. Felix 9! Felix 9! Answer me. Phoenix 9 is down. This is impossible. There must be the demons of this mountain. Yes. I know, they're all being demon away. To be fair, a lot of the people aren't actually going to die initially because of the traps, but when, you know, when they're consistently locked in this stationary position, the traps actually force them to be locked in. Yeah, that's going to be when it becomes deadly, because they're not going to be able to move, they're not going to have food or drink, and yeah, we all know what happens after that. Stop saying things like that. How are you going to give your members encouragement? This is such a defeat. All you illegal, it says. Conduct a roll call and give your members some encouragement. Our enemies aren't demons. True. They're just kids. Let's be fair, like, potentially then Mion, Rika, I suppose, but where the fuck did she go? They're all the descendants of the people from the Yin and Libyan planet, really. Yeah. Show them what we've got. Then during that confusion. Why does it say Hanyu in brackets there? No, it's actually really quite confusing now that I think about it, because Rika, this is Hanyu. Yeah, this was Hanyu's line before. Why does it say Rika in brackets Hanyu? I hear that. Who's the comments coming from? Not mine, it's not coming from mine. You've got to be kidding me. So whoever this is, they've stolen the intercom. I don't even know who this is. I mean, I get that it's assigned to Rika's voice, but like, who is it? Who is it? What the fuck? I love that screaming. He's just so obviously encountered a trap. This is Phoenix too. Who was that voice just now? Identify yourself over the intercom. Phoenix 1, let's withdraw immediately and then reorganize our formation. I am so confused. I love that nobody can even give any import and boost of morale. What? Was that a female voice? A girl? What was that? Why am I hearing a girl's voice? Yeah, you've probably never been able to get with one. Very odd song choice. You foolish humans. Oh. Knowing your sins for stepping onto this sacred ground. Oh, it's actually really quite funny. Wait, is she treating the mountain ground as sacred? Be grateful for me, for I am giving you a chance to atone. Jesus fucking Christ, have I heard a laugh as, you know, hysterical with, like, as that over the intercom? My god, I would want to run for my life. Fucking hell. Damn it, she has one of our intercoms. Don't let the enemy fool you. No, that's not right. That's not right. Oh my god, she actually uses some sort of radio wave blocking technique. I don't know. The frequency of this transmission is... What is this? That's interesting. I learned about cosmic microwave background radiation today. Basically, Big Bang Theory. Big Bang releases loads of electromagnetic waves that gradually stretch in terms of wavelength and become microwaves, which really, really high wavelength. Basically, then I saw something that apparently because of the microwaves that are all around the universe, when TVs used to operate with microwaves, they could actually get hijacked. The signals could just get static for no reason whatsoever, and it was because of something like that. So I'm assuming you could link it to some sort of similar idea to that. God, just regurgitating my entire physics lesson today. You fearless. He's actually really got odd that she's able to frequency hijack though. I mean, my god. Very well. She sounds so demented. She really sounds like Takano. If you can only learn by making mistakes, then I shall teach you. This is 1981. Where is everyone? I like this song. It gives a real feeling of isolation and a real feeling of unknown. I love that she knows this person is a nightingale. He literally says it, you fucking idiot. Here, look, a pathetic nightingale was gotten lost in a place it was never known to enter. Do you want to know that badly? Do you want to know about the world of demons? Say goodbye to the world of humans. Curse your foolishness for listening to my warning. What? Who was that? Nothing. Roll cool. What? One more down? Jesus Christ, what the hell happened to Nightingale 2? One more down. Who was it? By the way, HQ, I have someone on my left, right? I'm not alone, am I? Oh, I love that. Not having any voice of reassurance. Yeah, because there is somebody here that is making sure you are screwed. I do want to hear more painful voices. Oh God. What was that? What made us? Oh my God, that sounded so deformed from humanity that he doesn't even know that it was made by a human. Jesus. I've seen somebody jump in a train in front of a train before. Oh my God. It made the exact same sound. It's the sound of a human body being crushed. Yeah, understandable. I think if you wanted a real crushing sound, you need to get bone sound effects. Yeah. Sounds like ice when you break ice. I can't be asked to show you. But yeah, you probably get what I mean. I hope. The cracking of ice. No, I know. I mean, I get that these people. I get that Rika is, you know, as a result of these people constantly ruining her opportunity to get to past June 1983. You know, killing them mercilessly, or Hanyu or whatever. I don't even know. Why is she? She's not even conscious of the fact that these are human lives that she's destroying, which is really quite surprising. But yeah, they're part of the mountain dogs. I think that kind of justifies that. No, I don't want to die like that. Yeah, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And this is really, really genius because it's getting people so much more fearful. Please, God of the mountain, please stop. Get a different job then. I mean, I don't even care. I was about to say be a co-op worker. I don't think they have co-op in Japan. Be a 7th Mart worker. Be a 7-Eleven worker. Be a worker at one of those really cool, I don't know, matcha dessert places. I don't fucking know. Just don't be a soldier if you don't want to do it. Nothing I want to base. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you haven't even tried, but at the same time, yeah, this isn't working. There's no way we can raise morale. Yeah, too many unit members are dropping out, and it's almost impossible to get them to fight anymore. We can't maintain the battle line. That's so good. Yeah, we're just going to lose more men. I agree, yeah. You're still ordering them to continue. Calm down, Nightingale 1. The rest of our soldiers are all amateurs in the field.
お前はあの地獄の卒業生じゃねえか。
Oh, you graduated from that hell.
このお前が混乱してどうするんだ。
So what are you doing, getting shook up?
落ち着け。お前が範を示せ。
Oh, yeah, he may have graduated from, I don't know, from whatever the hell is. I suppose military college or something like that, I don't know. The demons. Jesus Christ, I mean, even one of the higher members of the Mountain Dogs. Yeah, I don't really think he can do this well.
こんな感じでいいかしらね。
I wonder if that was okay. Yeah, I think it was enough. I mean, that has totally destroyed their morale. Yeah, base, there's no response from Nightingale 1. So I'm assuming Nightingale was like the second biggest soldier, the second highest ranked soldier, you know, Okonogi being the first, obviously. No, and then Takono, and then, yeah. Base, there's no response from Nightingale 1. I can't believe it, but he's down. This is impossible. They are demons. No, damn it. Yep, exactly. This is definitely working on them. Even though they're a specialized counterintelligence unit, you would have thought they'd be a little bit better than this, but no. Our enemy is even using psychological warfare. I know. Those damn punks are running against a professional, unconventional warfare unit. Radios are usually helpful communication tools. Oh, but they're not good here. But in this case, they backfired. Nobody had any information on enemy activities, but they were all consistently interrupting their squad mates with distracting radio chatter. It worked even more efficiently because they were in enemy territory. Yeah, yes, definitely, because there are going to be so many people asking for, I don't know, like, help, assistance. Obviously, there are going to be loads in scary situations, not enough people to get to them, and if they do try to get to them, boom, they're screwed. The best solution would be to make everyone stop using the intercom, but that would give the enemy more chances to attack them individually. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Okonogi was growing fearful of the club members as he still hadn't grasped their true identities. That's good. That is actually a really good thing. Yeah. However, Takono still hadn't recognized how serious this idiot. But also somebody with level 5 Hinami's, well, level 4 Hinamizawa syndrome centers, potentially. Of course she's going to be irrational. She kept yelling at the Mountain Dogs to get their act together. Get your shit together. Okonogi could tell she was exactly the type of commander who only commanded to attack and let her men. Oh my god, she's a Hague. But Takono's reckless orders were working in a way. Yeah, the space in which they have around them, it's getting smaller and smaller. Although the clan members were winning, their area of operation was getting smaller. Yes, the clan members were trying to lure their enemies to one trap area after another. Yes, what happens when all the trap areas are used up? In other words, they were defeating the Mountain Dogs by allowing them to come into their territory. Yeah, the Mountain Dogs were about to be annihilated, but the cousins were closing on the club members' theatre too. Okonogi realised his enemies were trying to finish this battle in a hurry. Yeah, it's interesting that it definitely is proven, but the fact that, you know, they're just trying their hardest to lure them, they're trying hardest to, you know, get everything there. It is actually really quite contradictory to what we think, though. They're trying to finish it in a hurry, and yet they're still trying to just do this to buy time for Sonozaki's and police to get there. If the Mountain Dogs fell back, everything they'd done would be for nothing. Well, kind of already is, but like still, he didn't want to, but he had to follow the princess's order. No, I know, he doesn't even want to. That's the worst thing. Okonogi figured he was about to get his enemies. Yeah, but that's the worst thing. I mean, he doesn't want to follow the orders, but at the same time, he feels that there is an ounce of hope for them winning. What? What the hell was that? Right, that was sudden. Takono was walking out front and completely absorbed by a road shout. Yeah, funny that. But foot got caught on a rope tied around the base of a tree. Oh. Such a trivial trap. Oh my god. Which triggered a huge log to accelerate from the opposite direction and plow into her with great centripetal force. Oh, oh my god. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Links centripetal forces to planets fusion star making. God, that's insane. By the time she noticed, it was already too late. Takono took a heavy blow to her side, then tumbled down to the slope of the valley. Oh, nice. God, that must hurt so much.
Sansa!
Major? You guys help the Major. Okonogi scolded the two subordinates who were gasping in awe behind him. Oh, don't gasp in awe. Come on, man. I get your morale was shattered, but still. Take the initiative. But the two of them looked at one another like they were hesitant to take another step. No! Yeah, what are you doing? Move quickly. But that's the really tricky point. I understand that fully. But if we go down there, there could be another trap. Dumbass. Oh my god. You think that's more important than the Major safety? Yes, your life is less important than the Major safety. Right. Alright. The two of them rushed down the slope in a hurry, then lent their shoulders to Takono and carefully led her back up. Takono must have hit a rock or something, because blood was flowing from her forehead. Ooh, ow. Her uniform was torn, and her arms were covered in scratches. Yeah, some of them most of them self-inflicted. God, that must hurt so much. Major. Are you alright? We'll get you treatment immediately. Oh, you there. Contact the medical lead. Them. No! I'll kill them. At least she's not ordering them to arm themselves, because that would be awful. Oh my god. Oh no, I'll kill them. I'm so sick of those damn brats. It's a little bit violent. I'll peel their skin off, then tear them limb from limb. Why? Oh, that's a good question. Takono roared that out, then grabbed the radio and began shouting into it. Her intense rage is completely, replaced her usual cool demeanor. Even her trusted advisor Okonogi looked dismayed to see it. Yeah, that really is quite surprising. Even Okonogi is, really quite sad and obviously really startled at the fact this rage is so different from her usual rage, just because of how bad it is. Do you read me? This is Takono, Major Takono. Your top level commander. Funny for her to say that. Listen well, there are no gods or demons. And even if they're right, you can still fight. Now that definitely applies to her. Drag God down from its pedestal. Skylark, Nightingale, join up and reorganize your forces. Love that Heron has just been totally forgotten about, by the way. But I suppose Heron were the Mantadogs that were in charge of all of the operations regarding Tomitake, and we'll probably read about that in a little bit. And also, What's the thing called? Oh my god. You know, the pesticide spraying helicopter H17302.
敵は山頂付近の営林署の資材小屋あたりを本拠地にしている模様。
Yeah, the enemies are near the top of the mountain. Their base is probably somewhere by the Forestry Services storage shed. Oh shit, so yeah, they're totally leading them to the school. Interesting. She doesn't know them whatsoever, by the way. They have the high ground, so of course they can see our move. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, how can they...
奇襲はあって当たり前よ。差し違えてでも倒しなさい。
They'll be trying to ambush you. Make sure you take them out, even if you have to stab each other to do it.
サンサ、一旦下がってフォーメーションの再編の許可を。
Major requesting permission to temporarily retreat so we can reorganize our formation. Oh yeah.
敵の追撃どころか。
Jesus Christ, that's true. I mean, the thing that's really, really good in, you know, Mion's case is that, you know, the sun is going down. That is an undeniable fact.
許可できるわけないでしょ。
Absolutely not. But they're going to have so much more chance of
私たちは今、奴らを完全に包囲して追い詰めて
finally surrounded them.
ここで退けば逃がすわよ。
If we fall back, they'll escape.
私たちは両手に手をかけてる。あとは締めるだけなの。
Oh God, we almost have our hands around their necks. We just have to squeeze them.
サンサ、
Major.
お怪我に触りません。早く治療を。
God, yeah, definitely, yeah. But the only thing is, she finds this, you know, getting Rika dead so important that, you know, she doesn't even care about her injuries.
うるさいわこのヘボが。
Oh my God! Shut up, you worthless minion.
あんたたちがしっかりしていれば、こんな事態にはならなかったんでしょうが。
That's really harsh. I don't even think that's true. If you guys had pulled yourselves together earlier, none of this would have
そん
happened.
な風に口先だけで心配する暇があったら、奴らの首でも腕でも引きちぎってここに持ってきやがれ。
Fucking hell. I mean, you can tell from that voice that she has totally lost it. Fucking hell. If you've got time to waste flapping your lips, I like that. Go rip off their heads or tear off their limbs and bring them back here. What, their heads and their limbs? It's a little bit scary. At the same time, Okunogi received another radio call. Okunogi understood the meaning of that, so he stepped away from Takano and answered quietly. Is it Nomida?
指揮者より大鳥1。
Oh. Ooh, command vehicle to Phoenix 1.
緊急事態です。
There's been an emergency. So Okunogi is Phoenix 1. I never actually realized that. I can't believe that. There's been an
野
emergency.
地の特殊部隊が襲撃を受けたようです。
The special forces team in Yagochi has apparently been attacked.
H17302 の散布作戦ですが、
Yep.
完全に沈黙しました。
The H17302 dispersal operation has been completely
野
neutralized.
地に回っていた警察部隊もこちらに急行しているところです。
And I received word that the police forces that traveled to Yagochi are now headed this way. He has nothing to say. Masochistic laughter, I'm assuming. Okunogi understood everything. He had been fooled. If the enemies were soldiers in camouflage, then he wouldn't have been fooled. Yeah, understandable, actually, yeah. He underestimated them. Yes, because he thought they would get... Exactly, yeah, but these are some of the most clever military people on the planet, I swear to God. And he also slightly underestimated the power of the... Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the fact that the police have actually been able to stop this massive pesticide-spraying helicopter that would have killed everybody is brilliant.
わかった。
Understood.
そいつは東京の各校に伝えたか。
Have you reported this to the Cuckoo in Tokyo yet?
どうした？
What's wrong?
各校との連絡がつき
They've
ません。
cut the radio lines. There's no contact with Cuckoo!
緊急ルートを返してもなしの。
Even over the emergency channel, nothing is getting through.
東京に何かあったか。あるいは
They don't need Takano's lot anymore. They literally don't care about the operation anymore.
見捨てられた。
Reaping it back. Yes, I think that might be more likely. God, it's so horrible for Nomada. I mean, like... No, it's so horrible what Nomada has done even. I mean, she's literally got Takano. She's basically ruined her entire life. And not only that, she's ruined, like, you know, potentially 2,000 other people's lives. And everyone around those people that knew the 2,000. And then, yeah. All for a power struggle that now has been achieved via other means. It's ridiculous. Yeah, after that masochistic fit of laughter, Okunogi slammed his fist into a nearby tree. God, in reality, while we received a lot of money to go along with Takano's self-complacency. Oh yeah, funny that, yeah. He had been planning to push all the responsibility onto her after this. Yeah. And that's what he actually tries to do. Yeah. And as soon as he received contact from the real masters in Tokyo, he would have been ordered to kill Takano and surrender. So blame it on Takano, kill her, surrender. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. You may have done totally criminal and illegal acts, but yeah, just blame it on somebody else. Yeah, and that's what he actually tries to do in Mataribayashi. But now that all the contact had been cut off, they were in the same position. Yeah. If they surrendered in this situation, naturally they'd be charged with their crime. Yes, exactly, yeah. In episode that their very lives would be... Yeah, that's actually fair enough. I mean, they have done so ridiculously much. It will just get worse and worse the more the police find out and investigate now. So, yeah, they could get a life sentence. This is 1980s though, and... yeah, there's one series of crimes that I'm thinking of that, you know, the main perpetrator only got 20 years in prison, even though, you know, it should have given him a life sentence. So, yeah, I don't know. Japanese... No, but he was only like 18. Nah, maybe it wouldn't apply. This guy's a fully grown adult. If you know Japan and then you know crime... If you know Japan and crime, and then if the number 44 means anything, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to go into it. But yeah, justice system can be fucked, especially because of influence people may have. But Okunogi doesn't really have any of that, to be honest. Neither does Takano. He realised that he, who was supposed to keep an eye on the dancing clown, was inadvertently seen as one of the complicit clowns. Yeah. Nevertheless, Okunogi did his best to calm his burning, hateful thoughts. Yeah, I mean, this is the last time he knows that everything is screwed. He's going to be charged for years when caught. Yes, he couldn't bear to let it end this way. Yeah, he thought about running away for a moment, but his pride wouldn't... Well, that's kind of stupid. Well, the police are going to find you eventually, there's no point. Are they, though? What if you totally live a new life? He's a military commander, of course he would be able to do that. He'd be perfect with identity fraud. Or theft, or whatever. Yeah. Strategically, there was no way to win or escape. Yeah, how would they escape? Actually, they're in the middle of the mountain. Yeah, in which case, he had to at least be tactical. Yeah. Just one small-scale victory would be enough to bring him satisfaction. Oh no, he has the will now. With that in mind, Okunogi raised his head and addressed his subordinate over the intercom. Change of plans. He's literally going against Takano's orders. Damn. Send all squads searching for R here. Oh shit, let's show them the power of the mountain dogs. Right. I hope they're gonna die on the way here. Or not die, but like get trapped. Okunogi cut off his intercom and walked over to Takano, who was still shouting. He muttered to himself that this would be the last time he ever spoke to her. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, fair. Well, it kind of would be because you'd be arrested. Then he gave her a salute and spoke up. Total act. Major Takano. There's a medical team in the shrine grounds. Head there and get your wounds treated. There is no medical team in the shrine grounds.
我々は残りを率いて
You are a dirty... I was about to say you are a dirty man. That just sounds very different. You play dirty! That also sounds different. But he's doing this dirty! He's not doing this legitimately. Totally deceiving Takano. Nice one. Right, this is going to be interesting. Ooh. My right ankle was throbbing and inflamed. This is Takano's point of view. Yeah, it must have happened when I stumbled earlier. It didn't hurt much at first, but the pain gradually accumulated as I continued running. Oh my god, if you have an inflamed ankle, of course it will. And by now it was bad enough. I was dragging my foot a little as I went. Oh god. Yeah, that really is bad. Wait. This isn't Takano's point of view. What? Keiji and Mion couldn't bear to see me like that, so they told me to hide behind a storage hut. Keiji's plan was designed to keep our enemies away from me, of Rika's point of view. Right. Oh yeah, I know which time she's talking about. Oh, however, I disregarded their concerns and took a detour through the mountains to arrive back at the shrine. I'm surprised that she's actually doing this. I mean, her life could literally be over. What is she doing? The shrine grounds were deserted. The Takano's minions think I'd never come back this way. Oh, probably. They're so preoccupied. I made sure the coast was cleared, then headed towards the ritual storehouse off in the distance. Not being killed. Oh, yeah, fair. And the lock had been removed and the door was slightly ajar. That was probably Tomitake's handiwork, done on Takano's behalf on the night of the Watanagashi. Is she actually going inside the ritual storehouse? Wait, what? What? Hang on a second. What? I thought this was just the original Rika. What? There is really something we're missing here. The floor immediately inside was immediately covered in a thick layer of white dust. Judging by the lack of footprints, Takano and Tomitake must have not gone inside. Yeah, interesting that Tomitake must have done the lockpicking, but then he realised that Takano was full of a thing called a shit. The two of them must have had their falling out after they unlocked the door, leading to Tomitake-san being chased. And then, yes, definitely, yeah. It's alright, this is Tomitake, I'm sure he'll be fine. Yeah, he will be. I told myself that deep in my heart, and then stepped into the ritual storehouse. I could faintly hear intermittent gunshots coming from far away. Oh, that's really bad. Oh no, have the mountain dogs began arming themselves? At first, hearing them made my emotions swing between happy and sad, but then I realised the gunshots would cease if the club members had been defeated. Oh my god, I know! So I convinced myself that those consecutive gunshots meant they were still alive, and gently closing your eyes, just thought, how can you think that? Like, they may be still alive because, you know, there are being loads of gunshots that are consecutively firing at them, but at the same time that means they have a really high risk of dying. I wonder why she's going into the Saiguden though. The room quite quickly fell silent and had a musty atmosphere, which made me start to feel cold. Yeah. This dusky red sun I saw just before here was finally getting dimmer. The entire area would be soon bathed in darkness. In which case, the mountain dogs would have to consider retreat. Yeah, since they weren't familiar with the language. Agreed, yeah. The second it gets dark, they are screwed.
少し
Yeah, just a little longer. The opposition was clearly at a disadvantage in this battle. Yes, definitely. And considering what we heard from Mion and Lena about never seeing any helicopters overhead, it's safe to assume that the H-173 dispersal operation has failed. Yes, agreed. And now all of the Sonozaki family's private soldiers and the police who were surrounding the clinic would be heading there. Yes, definitely. Get the hostages. And obviously, run to, I suppose, the mountain. Which would put the mountain dogs in an even more precarious position. Yeah, definitely. All of their private soldiers, Jesus Christ. That's ridiculous. That really is. It really just highlights the seriousness of this battle. So what will Takano do now? Yeah, the leaders of the faction that opposed the Alphabet Project have already taken down. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, the people instigating Takano had also pulled out. Yeah. In other words, her plans had already lost their legitimacy. Oh, yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. So, it could never be justified. Yes, definitely, yeah. So they no longer had any reason to invoke the emergency manual. Takano could be arrested for causing a riot, or maybe they'd silence her in order to bury this conspiracy in the darkness. Both of them would be equally as reasonable. Disposable, huh? Either way, Takano would lose everything she had. Yes, and she'd forever lose the opportunity to make her risk come true. Yeah. Yeah, she was quite literally doomed. No, I agree, yeah. Thinking about all of that, I felt sorry for her. Yeah. She took over her grandfather's research and was passionate about studying Hinamizawa syndrome. The diligent attitude was the reason EDA had so much trouble believing Takano could be behind this conspiracy. Oh yeah, I know, but especially because, like, you know, there is nobody that is more determined to find, you know, everything out about the research than Takano. Why would she then do everything she can to destroy it? It's so contradictory. And how must she have felt to have something she so earnestly worked towards suddenly taken? Oh, I know. Yeah. No need to think about it. It was nothing short of utter despair. Yeah. And just as Akasaka indicated, if somebody offered her surface level comfort, who could blame her for wanting to cling to it? Yes, exactly. And this is what totally what Nomina did. Yeah, she's in such a mentally weak place. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, being in a really low point and then that giving you new ideas in your head, new goals for the research, completely destroying your, you know, sense of what to do and what not to do. It really is awful. And the end result is this distraction. Yes, exactly, yeah. Oh no, what terrible luck. And to be fair, it is Takano's fault as well, but how much of it really is her fault, because we need to consider Hinamizawa syndrome's existence. What is mentally facilitated and what is, I suppose, caused via her own intuition and own judgment. After suddenly muttering that, I felt uncomfortable. Yeah. Which if I had that signal flare right in front of me in the shrine grounds, I was so full of dark bloodlust that I wanted to tear her body apart like a piece of meat. God, that's actually... I mean, that's understandable. Especially because of how many times she's done it to her. Although, I couldn't help but feel horrendously hateful. I could change my mind at this point. Yeah, that is actually really quite surprising. She's feeling that hateful, and yet now she's actually feeling sorry and understanding and empathising her. Pity? Sympathy? Or maybe something completely different. I let out a sigh and shook my head. Takano would utterly reject those thoughts. Yeah, fair. Or maybe she'd take it as an insult, and it would only exasperate her hatred. Yeah, she and I were completely incompatible. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, and Takano hates Rika more than anything. Plus, there was something else I had to do here. Rika. What the fuck? Rika. What? I called out to her as I looked through this dimly lit room, then listened. When I looked inside through the gap in the door, I was certain I could feel her presence. Wait, hang on a second. So Rika, even though it says Hanyu here, she's thinking she can feel Hanyuu's presence. It was a very familiar sensation, a unique feeling I could sense no matter how long we've been talking about. Interesting. Even if I couldn't see her, and even if I couldn't hear her voice, I'm certain the feeling was getting through to me. So I followed the signal I was sensing and walked in the direction that made it feel strong. Yeah. What's happened? Eventually I stopped in front of the sacred altar. Yeah, so that probably... Hanyu, are you there? Oh, yeah, maybe. It was decorated with something that looked like a small crystal ball emitting a faint glow. And I could clearly hear her voice emanating from within. Hanyu? Rika? What? Hang on a second, what? Wouldn't you have thought this would be like the entire reverse way around? Like it should be, this character should be here and other way around as well. What? I'm so confused. Rika. The crystal ball was roughly the size of a large marble, but it was carefully displayed on a small cushion, which made it clear it was more than a mere marble. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it has so much meaning. I mean, my God. This can communicate between fragments, but how is this communication actually happening, I wonder? And there was a reason for that, because that ball was a treasure. Treasure I entrusted to the Fudide family ages ago. So this is Hanyuu's point of view here. What the fuck? I knew the purpose of that crystal ball, and so I gently picked it up and held it against my ear. That moment, two consciousnesses melded together, and the surrounding area was bathed in light. What? Hanyu. At last we meet again. This is... Yes. I'm sorry, Rika. I left you all alone for some... This is really weird. So I'm assuming what's happening with Rika at the moment is there is one Rika that is... I don't know, her consciousness... No, I don't know, she's... I don't really understand this at all. I was surprised at first. Yeah, that really explains, her real lack of worry towards Hanyu in this story compared to Matsuri. But I was able to calm down pretty quickly once I managed to sense your presence. I couldn't feel you at all. Oh, so I've been anxious and scared ever since I woke up. What? In fact, I was so confused. I mistook myself as you, Rika. That's completely understandable.
だってあなたはこの世界に来た時から私の
That
体を
is
支配してい
really
たんだけ
weird. I thought you've been controlling my body since you arrived in this world.
どまして私たちはこれまで記憶と意識
Oh. Now that makes sense to why Rika was only able to be found and accessed within the crystal ball. Yeah, because it's a manifestation of both of their consciousnesses together. And that's actually really interesting if you know Koto Hogushi and you know what the Griffys did to humans. But you know, Hanyuu's literally the opposite race to the Griffys, so yeah, it doesn't really make much sense when you think that. And what's more, we've shared our memories and consciousness up until now, even our
あ
senses.
なたが私だと錯覚してしまっても
Yeah!
別に不思議じゃないと思う
I don't think it's strange at all for you to be fooled by the illusion that you were me. Right, let me just recap these events so I don't, get totally confused. So, Hanyuu has been so confused at the beginning of this world that she's mixed up with Rika and forgotten that she herself is Hanyuu. It's literally affected her memories so much that... Yeah, ever since she woke up. So ever since she woke up from Higurashi, she's been finding it so hard to remember what's happened, that she's misinterpreted herself for Rika, and also the consciousnesses have just binded together really as a result of the crystal ball. And in this story, Hanyuu literally did everything that Rika would have done. Well, they did it together, it was a collective consciousness, but it was merged into one. That's so weird. That really is odd. Rika. Surprisingly enough, Rika wasn't sad or angry. In fact, yeah, she was comforting me in a gentle tone of voice. Oh yeah, because she knows how hopeful this world is. Yeah, even though she was trapped inside this model all this time. Exactly, yeah, how courageous. Oh, now that is interesting. Because I was really confused. I was always convinced that the voice was Hanyuu, or some sort of alternative for Hanyuu. But no, it's an alternative for Rika. It's so weird. But I suppose that was just her, I don't know, somehow her consciousness seeping out of the crystal ball. I don't know. I really wish they altered the plot with Nena, because it made so much more sense in Matsuri. Because of Oyashiro-sama. And, her increased involvement. So weird. I finally realised that on the night of the Watanagashi, when I saw my reflection in the... Did she see Hanyuu's reflection? And also it's actually really quite significant that the second she looked into the river... Shock! That is weird. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, but when I saw it lit by the moonlight, I froze in place, like all the blood in my body even run clot. My god, this is just some ultimate MPD shit. What the hell? You look at your reflection and then you receive Hanyuu's reflection in response. That's so weird. Nobody apart from yourself can see that though. God, I would freak out. Because what I saw in the water wasn't Rika's face, it was the face of the girl I've been trying to find all this time, Hanyuu! Yeah, exactly! And the proof of that was in the shadows floating in the reflection of the face. Yeah, that clearly took the shape of a pair of... Yeah... What on earth does this mean? What is Hanyuu's face doing here? I know! That moment. All my memories flash through my mind like a video on fast forward. Oh... God, that's weird. The shock of Hanyuu not being there, withdrawing into my shell. The incredible compassion of Katie reaching out to me, which I couldn't believe at first. And even while working to solve the clan members' problems, I always kept a reactive approach and was slow to deal with them. No, that's weird. There's something wrong. Seriously? Something felt off about all of those experiences. If I really was Rika, would I behave so clumsily? Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting. I mean, if you are really Rika and you know that this is the final June 1983, why the hell would you be so reluctant, so hopeless, and, you know, so unwilling to take initiative, really? Only do it, you know, hesitate to take action, really. No, she trusts them unconditionally and actively work to solve their problems. Yeah, and after that, she'd tell them the truth and ask for their support, wouldn't she? By the way, it is actually really interesting. This actually explains why she remembered everything in Miotsukushi. Not in Matsuri, but Omote, definitely. Wait, no, hang on a second. No, it's Matsuri Bayashi that Rika doesn't remember. She remembers here. She does, yeah. Both Miotsukushis, she remembers. No, she trusts them unconditionally and actively work to solve their problems. And after that, she'd tell them the truth and ask for them support, wouldn't she? Yeah, like she did in Matsuri Bayashi. That's strange, it's strange. That's right, it's strange and abnormal, just like I thought. The Rika I knew had regained her unwavering heart in the previous work. She was determined to fight in the next one. Yes, definitely, that's what should have happened. And the proof of that is that I have memories of Takano being revealed as the culprit, even though I never suspected her before. That's so good. And that's just because of Rika's determination and, you know, will to actually do this. Just totally increasing. But I didn't have Hanyu by my side. Yes, well, I was definitely worried that I wouldn't be able to repeat worlds like before, and that thought twisted my emotions all around. Yes, and that explains the abnormalities. No, it's even more strange if that's the case. If I rushed to Katie and the others as soon as I regained consciousness, then confided with them and sought their help, all my anxiety would be resolved. Yeah, and yet, even though Minagorashi has happened, she refused to do that. It is odd. Yeah, it's just discovering yourself and, you know, really evaluating how weird everything is. It's odd. And yet, why didn't I? Yeah, definitely. I think it's just because of the... Oh, yeah, why did I become such a cowardly, distrusting, miserable person? To be fair, this is not Rika talking. If it was Rika, I don't really think that would have been the case. Or maybe this is my original personality. But if so, that means... No way, it can't be. The version of me right now is... No way.
Rika-chan! Oi! Rika-chan!
Oh, so this is where she's really, really panicking. Yeah, all makes more sense now. God. No, that's fair enough, yeah. I was trembling so hard I couldn't respond to Katie's call as I clung to my head. And after 3 short steps... Yeah, I bumped into a large stone that I didn't realise was there and let out a brief scream as I fell to the ground. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Rika-chan, are you alright? Can you stand? Hope you're not hurt. Oh. Keiji was standing right in front of me, crouched down and holding his hand out to me. Yeah. And yet did she feel so reluctant to... As I stared at his hand, I had a thought. This hand and all this kindness were directed at Furude Rika. Oh no! So is it not directed at her? In which case, if that's not who I really am. Oh. That is interesting. I wonder if this is going to explain the jumping into the lake. Maybe that was a suicide because of, you know, the feeling of rejection to herself. I don't know. If that's not who I really am, then do I even have the right to accept it? So I couldn't reach out and grab his hand. Yeah, I didn't have the courage to do even that. And that is so different from Rika. But the only thing is the differences have been brought on because if she is not really who she says she is, even though she thinks she is who she says she is, then why does she have the courage to do who she thinks she is would do? I don't know. After that, we went deep into the mountains to search for Tomitake, but I slipped and fell into the swamp, and the events after that were a major turning point in confirming my own existence. Yeah, I'm happy this is explained. Oh god, yeah, when my body was thrown off the crumbling cliff and into the air. I landed in the stagnant swamp and got sucked up, unable to pull myself up. What? No matter how hard I tried, my body continued sinking rather than floating back up. How the fuck is she alive? It was a world where I couldn't see anything. Even when oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a swamp and it's in the night as well. My mouth and my nose were unable to breathe. Yeah, god, yeah. Full of salts, pathogens, unhealthy things. Don't breathe that shit in. Or swallow it, even worse. I've had the pain in my consciousness rapidly, fading away. So how the hell... Yeah, in that moment I realised this is my death. No way, this is where I die. No, you are not going to die in Onigashiji. I mean, I get that you are actually Hanyu, but like, and you're, you know, a demon. You've already died once. Well, your human body has already fallen once. Can't die again, man. Yeah, even after working so hard and doing so much to overcome the dead end that fate handed me. Yeah, yes, Katie, Akasaka, you were dependable allies and your willingness to help me was more encouraging than anything I'd seen before. I do really find it interesting just the refusal to really understand who each other really, who is one another really. I mean, Hanyu has been so confused by this, I suppose, the moving of worlds, that she has forgotten who she really was and the personalities merged into one, and she literally became Rika, where Rika was just sealed in a crystal ball. It doesn't really make much sense that's possible, but still. Is an accident like this going to make that of all end in vain? Oh my god, I know! No. No. There's still something I need to do. Entire mountains of things. Yes, exactly. You need to live a life. I want to go on living. I can't die yet. Yeah, that's right. I want to live. There's no way I can die in a place like this. What is she going to do? In my rapidly fading consciousness, I shouted to myself, squeezing out all my remaining strength and stretching my arms out overhead. Then... What? Okay, this is weird. I would have thought she just, you know, everything would make sense and she'd just suddenly, get out. But no, she's kind of like teleported. What? This is just weird. In this story, playing with fragments really does bend reality and what can happen. The moment the pain disappeared, I woke up and I couldn't believe it when I looked at my surroundings. I know, because what I saw before me was the inside of Rika's room. No doubt about it. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. The second she realises her reflection, she knows what's actually happened. I mean, it's just odd though, because it doesn't really make sense that and I was just getting out of bed. Yeah. I looked at my hands and clothes. Yeah, not a speck of dirt. How? But how? I'm certain I fell into that. Exactly, you did. You should have. What? Katie?
リカちゃん
Rika-chan?
本当にリカちゃんなんだ
Yeah,
よ
is that really you, Rika-chan? Oh my god, I mean, I get that Katie was just asking a casual question, but that is really the worst thing to ask at this point. Right there, Katie was covered in mud and charged into the room to hug me with his face full of joy and relief. Yeah, my god, yeah, he was so relieved. Seeing him like that, I realised that was no dream. Yes, that was reality. I couldn't agree more, yeah. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
リカちゃん
More importantly,
君の方こそ大丈
Rika-chan,
夫
are you doing alright?
さっき入江先生から熱を出して寝込んでいるって聞いたんだけど
That's so weird! I have found out that that you were home sleeping with a high fever. Let me just try and explain this. So I'm assuming what's actually happened here is... So there's been 2 versions of Rika that have been... Right, so I think what's happening is... There's been one version of Rika who has been sealed inside the crystal ball, and then when Hanyu actually... Because I think Hanyu dies in the swamp, and... So Hanyu dies, and then Rika... No, Hanyu's body dies, but then she's able to, you know, go into the body of Rika. But then, because the personality of the Rika that was sleeping with the fever had nowhere to go, that is what caused her to go into the crystal ball. That's my assumption of what happened. More importantly, Rika-chan, are you doing alright? I haven't done it yet. You were sleeping home with a high fever. Yeah, it's just so weird she doesn't remember that at all. Well, Rika-san, you look like you're doing alright. Yeah. Yeah, that would actually fit, yeah. I guess it really was just a temporary fever from overexertion. Yeah, odd.
特にリカさんは病み上がりなんですからあまり無理はなさらずに
Rika-san in particular is sick, so it would be best not to overdo it. Meep. Of course they added the meep in. After that, based on what Akazaka Oishi and Irie told me, I sorted out my muddled memories and was finally convinced. I see. This world exists in a slightly different possibility along the original time axis. Yeah, oh my god, this is breaking dimensions, my god. Yes, it is a parallel world of Miotsukushi Matsuri. Yeah. Yeah, it was all the same, even up until the point where Furude Rika worked with Katie and the others to circumvent the tragedy. Really? The only difference was that after her performance at the Watanagashi festival... Oh, yeah, she fainted from all the fatigue, combined with the injuries she suffered. In other words, in my struggle to avoid certain death, I subconsciously activated an ability that allowed me to assimilate a Rika who didn't fall into the swamp. What?
知らなかったのです。僕にこんな能力があったなんて。
Yeah, no, I know, it is so odd. Yeah, that's actually understandable. That's totally what I thought, actually. And that Rika who didn't fall into the swamp, her personality goes into the crystal ball. How that's... Well, I mean, she must have felt very scared at first, but then realised what was happening, and then, yeah. She eventually started... No, that doesn't actually explain everything, right? It doesn't explain why... Right, Watanagashi, I just want to look at things before the Watanagashi. Right, let's go second to our video. Yeah, literally, like, where's a good example? Yeah, Dena is before Watanagashi, am I right? Or am I wrong? Yeah, Tebe's death, yeah, it's before Watanagashi. Yeah, so Dena had Rika actually, Dena's situation had Rika, you know, telling her things that really, really benefited how she was actually able to survive. So I don't understand how she's been able to go back in time. And, you know, I would have thought all of the messages that Rika has said to the people would have been now, or after the moment the personality switched. I had no idea that I even had this ability. I know!
時間を巻き戻すことは今までにも行ってきました
Now that
が
makes sense now. yeah, it was probably just a rewind of time. Yeah.
別におかしくはないと思う
No, me neither. I don't think it's all that
私
unusual.
たちは今までにも幾百幾千の回数で時間軸を遡ってきた
Yeah, we traveled back on the time axis hundreds, maybe even thousands of times.
その結末が完全に同じであった時はほとんどいえ全くなかった
But the end result wasn't always. No, it was never quite the same.
つまり私たちは可能性によって枝分かれした世界
Yeah.
平行世界を数限りなく旅してきたことになる
In other words, we've already traveled to a number of parallel worlds that branched off based on countless possibilities. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
だったらその横に隣接する世界に次元の壁を踏み越えて移動する力があなたにあったとして
Yeah,
も
fair enough. I mean, with
私は
time,
驚かない
they've been able to, you know, skim the time axis, really go back in time loads of times. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
あなたは柔軟ですねリカ
Yeah, you're so flexible,
僕は
Dika.
まだ今一つ納得でき
Yeah,
ない
I know. But Dika probably came to terms with it beforehand. You're overthinking it,
あんた
honey.
は考えすぎなのよハニー今ここにあるのが確かな現実でしょ
This is indeed reality right here and now, right?
落ちたのがあなたじゃなく私だったら
Yes,
間
definitely, yeah.
違いなく死んでいた
Yeah. And if I'd been the one to fall instead of you back then, I would have died for certain.
ただかなり強引に能力が発動したせいか沼の周りにいた圭一と山犬たちの一部も巻き込んでしまったみたいだけどね
However, it seems Katie and the mountain dogs in the vicinity of the swamp got caught up in the phenomenon too. Yes, definitely, yeah. Perhaps because that ability was rather forcibly activated. Yeah, it's just as Dika said. Katie rushed to the house back then, thinking I had died in the swamp. Yeah, definitely. Well, she kind of did. She, Hanyu, did. Kind of. In other words, he retained his memories of the world before the shift. Yeah. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. That really is quite interesting. So Hanyu's been able to... Oh god, so Hanyu's fell, and then the world is actually... Hanyu's fell, but then she's travelled between dimensions, and then she's inhabited the Rika... she's inhabited the Rika that fell, that was with a fever. And Katie was the only one that remembered the fact that she had fallen. So this was basically an entirely similar parallel world, but that was the one change. That's interesting. And then obviously the Rika that was normal to that Rika that was, in a coma at the time, she just got dumped in the crystal ball. I love that I can just use the crystal ball as an easy answer. And the strength and warmth of this painfully tight hug still lingered inside his body. Yeah, fair.
それにしてもどう
してこんなことになったのでしょう。
Yeah, now that is a really good question. At any rate, why did this happen?
僕の意識がリカの体の中に入って、その一方で、
Yeah.
あなたがその水晶の中に閉
Yeah,
じ込められ
my
るなんて。
consciousness was sent to your body while you became trapped inside that
今
crystal.
までだってこんな不可思議な現象は
Yeah.
一度も起こったことがなかったの
Even though
に。
we've never experienced a mysterious phenomenon like that before.
私にもわから
Yeah,
ない。
I'm not sure about that either.
でもなんとなく
But somehow I think
あなたのあの時の最後の願い事、あなたは覚えている？
because of your last wish back then. Do you remember?
最後の
Last wish?
願い事。
When Katie and the other clan members were slaughtered. Oh god, by Takano and her men. Dika finally. Yeah. And then Dika finally had her stomach torn open. Yep. Oh god, yeah, I just kept on crying and crying. Even though things were starting to go well. No, I know, it was so disappointed, but at the same time they really were naive. They didn't realise the scale of this conspiracy. I was so sad that everyone was yeah, no, I know. And witnessing Dika's brutal oh my god, I don't even want to imagine that. Yeah, Dika's brutal murder with my own eyes was so painful it felt like my... God, oh my god, that's fair. That really is fair. Hanyu. Even so, Dika didn't show any of her past resignation or despair. On the contrary, she looked up at me with a bright look in her eyes and spoke to me.
私はくじけない。
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, this is Tsumihoroboshi, is it? Yeah, this could apply to Tsumihoroboshi in the gas disaster. Oh god. I'm not gonna give up.
この記憶がたとえ引き継げなくてもいい。
Don't care if I can't
が
recall
む
this
しゃら
memory.
に生きていく。
Yeah, I'll continue to live my life.
6月の狭い日々にしか生きられなくなり、最後には綿流しの日にしか生きていられない存在になってもいい。
I don't care if I can only live in this June, and eventually I will only be able to go back to the night of the
それが
Vatanabashi.
私のせいなら、精一杯生きて、
God,
きっと自分の人生を切り開く。
if that's my life, so be it.
僕も忘れません。
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget
きっと
either.
覚えてて、もしリカが忘れていたら、きっと僕が教えますから。
If you don't remember, I'll tell you the truth. Hanyu.
あなたはやっぱり冷たい傍観者のふりをしていたの
Yeah,
は
definitely.
悲しさに怯えていたからなんだよね。
Hanyu, I knew it. You acted like an unfeeling bystander, but that's because you were afraid of the pain.
僕もみんなと楽しく過ごす未来に
Oh,
行き
no,
たか
I
ったです。
know. Yeah, I also want to have a happy future with everyone. Back then, I was in such deep sorrow, I took my true feelings, and the one I patiently endured and kept hidden all this time, and I put them into words. In other words, I was able to borrow Rika's body and visit everyone. As a result of that wish, that determination. God, that is actually really quite interesting. So, yeah, that is quite significant. Yeah, so as a result of Hanyu wanting to have a happy future with everyone, she quite literally, I don't know, gets it, I suppose. But
だったらリカだけが蚊帳の外に置かれたということになってしまいます。
then Rika alone will be kept in the dark.
運命
No,
は
I know.
僕よりもリカの存
Yeah,
在
yeah,
こそ必
definitely,
要
yeah.
としていたはず。
Yeah, but fate requires Rika's presence, not mine.
なのに僕があなたの代わりになってしまっては
You know, I agree,
何
yeah.
の意味もないで
And
はあ
isn't
り
it
ません
meaningless
か。
for me to be acting on your behalf?
思い出して羽生、
Hanyu, try to
最
remember.
後のこの世界へ行くとき、 あなたはレナに何か言われたことがあるでしょう。
Right before you first came to this world, isn't there something Lena told you? Oh. Right. I recall what Lena was saying back then.
ね
Oh my god.
え、あなた
Oh yeah, so this wasn't talking about Tomi Horobashi, it was talking about after Mina Horobashi, of course. Hey you. Lena turned towards me, even though she couldn't have possibly have seen me and yeah.
あなた信じてた？
Did you believe?
運命に打ち勝てるって信じててくれた？
Did you believe that we could overcome this fate? Oh. Good response.
触れることができなくても喋ることができなくても
Yeah, even if you can't talk to us or touch us.
信じることはできるんだよ。
You can still believe.
あなたも信じてくれたならきっと奇跡が起きた。
Yeah, if you believed in us, this miracle would have happened.
僕が信じて
Everyone.
何が
Yes, yes,
変
yes,
わ
yes.
った
Oh
の
my
で
god,
しょう
yeah.
か。
Would something really have changed if I believed?
僕は何もできない非力な存在なのです。
In the palace, your sisters can't do anything.
「僕は見ていることしかできない。受け入れることしかできない。
Oh, all I can do is watch and accept.
そんな僕が信じるだけで
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, that is the Higurashi logic. I mean, my god. You're saying that I could have made a miracle happen just by believing?
ああ、起こせたな。
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, Katie stated it clearly. It's such a ridiculous and, you know, really nonsensical thing, but at the same time, that is all that is required. Yeah, he wasn't trying to blame her. He was just stating the truth. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
そうだね。
That's right.
あの時こっちは6人だった。
Yeah, there were 6 of
向
us.
こうは7人だった。
And there were 7 of them.
あなたが信じて
Oh,
く
there
れ
could have
た
been 7.
それだ
Yeah,
けで
yeah, yeah.
心は7つだった。
If you believed along with us, we would have numbered 7 souls.
だったならきっと奇跡が起き
Yeah,
た。
the miracle could have
奇
happened.
跡はね、触れたり喋ったりで起こすんじゃないんだよ。
Yeah, you made them happen by believing.
信じる気持ちが起こすんだよ。
I literally said her line. You don't make miracles happen by touching something or saying something. You made them happen by believing. Oh god, I don't really blame Hanyu. She's totally... She can't put anything into a coherent manner. I mean, my god. I don't blame her though. I mean, she's just witnessed something so awful with RIKA. Oh god, I don't even want to imagine how painful that must be, even after everything's gone so well. Yeah, we don't even know your name.
あなたにも悲しみや辛さと戦う勇気が必要だった。
But you still need to be brave enough to fight this fear and pain.
あなたも運命と戦う勇気が必要だった。
definitely. You need to have the courage to defeat fate.
あなたが望んだならみんなが望む世界にきっと行
You
けた。
believe we've been moving on to a bright
そ
future.
れがあなただけが信じなかっただけでたどり着けなかったなら
God,
それは
brutal way of putting
あなたの
it.
責任なの。
If your refusal to believe in it is the sole reason we couldn't reach it, then the responsibility is yours. I mean, yeah, understandable. Yeah, only faith can create a miracle. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, that sounds like something you might hear in a No, I know. Yeah, but at the same time, it really is something that's definitely been applied in this story. It's not easy to put it into... No way. And I mean, it's not just having... To be honest, I think saying you need belief and will was kind of... It's kind of a small term. It's kind of a branch term. Like, what does will entail? You can't have will without action facilitated by that will. People suspect others. They don't trust others. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it can totally be broken and changed as well. It's easier not to have hope. Yeah, fair. It's so difficult to believe. Yes, that's why faith can make miracles happen. Yeah, it's because of how difficult and unlikely it is, especially in a world full of Hinamizawa syndrome.
あなたもみんなという言葉に含まれてるんだよ。
You're also one of us.
ほら、いつまでも泣いてないで。行こう。
Yeah, come on, stop crying. Let's go. As she said that, Nena, and not just her, Keiichi, Rika, and all the others. Oh, that's so nice. And I mean, it's so nice for these people here. Like, they don't even know who she is, and yet they're still doing as much as they can. I was so happy. Oh no, I don't blame them. I mean, just having people as good as this there. I mean, now, for example, she could so easily get unimaginably mad because, you know, her refusal to believe could have potentially meant that they haven't been able to deal with this event. I always thought I was the only one who was different from the rest of them. That kindness was so lovely. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, let's give it a try. I don't know what the end result may be. No, I can't even imagine it. I can't even imagine from what point the next world might begin. But even so, I'll do it. That's so weird. What I need right now is the courage to take a step forward. And at the same time, I made a vow from the bottom of my heart. I want to move on to a future where our friends can live happily with Rika. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yes, and this is the thing she will fight for. And this time, I won't be sitting as a bias about bystander. I'll believe alongside everyone else and I'll fight. That's good, yeah. I don't know what I can do with no physical shape or form. Oh, but you will definitely get it. Still, for Rika's sake, and for our diligent and kind-hearted friends, I think hard. I'll think hard about what I might be able to do to contribute, and I'll fight as hard as I can with all my strength. Yeah. So...
Rika, やっと僕は分かりましたのです。
Rika, at last, I finally understand. And then, I turned towards Rika, who was gently smiling right in front of me. Yeah. Right.
レナの言う通りなのです。
Oh, it's just then I
何
said.
もできない傍観するだけの存在だった僕は
It's kind of ironic how role has
人
been
たちの
totally
頑張りに
reversed.
対してもどこか人事だった。
Yeah, I was nothing but a bystander. I couldn't do anything except idly watch all your hard work like it was somebody else's problem. Yeah, interesting that.
当事者になって困難に立ち向かうことがこんなにも辛くて
Oh,
苦しくて
yeah.
心と体を切り刻まれるような大変さを伴うものだ
That
と
is
いうことを
really
理解し
interesting.
ていなかった。
So I suppose this was done. This personality shift, I mean, it was... You always think that Higurashi is never, ever something that's really, really simple. It's always done for an ulterior motive. So I suppose you could think here that, you know, the bigger picture is that all of this, Hanyu actually turning into Rika and, you know, assimilating her was basically done so that Hanyu could, I don't know, really, really get a taste of how hard it must be to constantly fight against you 1983 and constantly die, constantly lose hope and... Yeah... I never knew how painful it was to be an active participant and confront hardship, nor what a heavy toll it takes on your mind and body. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
somebody like me had no right to encourage you,
まし
Rika.
て あなたの頑張りに
Yeah,
歌
no,
と水を差すことな
no,
ら
definitely, yeah.
実におこがましくて傲慢だ。
So there are really different interpretations of, for example, how Hanyu always having an personality that is so much more hopeless and, you know, I don't know, just like more sort of, well, she refuses to take on anything that may have a risk of dying, really, and just so submissive to the idea of death, really. Yeah, really different interpretations. In Matsuri, that was so that Rika could form an oppressive sort of and rebellious personality against her, you know, stupid acts, and eventually could rise up by becoming independent by sort of just the developments of her rebellious thoughts, really, and thinking that she, you know, those rebellious thoughts gaining hope in her, whereas this is just really quite the opposite. It's Hanyu learning about Rika's work, really, quite first hand, I suppose.
こんな大切なことを
Up until now,
僕は今まで気づかずにいたのですね。
up until now, I never even realised something that
ハニュ
important. Hanyu,
リカ、
Rika, I'll be
正
completely
直
honest.
に打ち明けます。僕が本当に望んでいたのは
The
あ
thing
な
I
たの
wanted
幸せ
most
ではなかった
wasn't your happiness.
僕自身の
It was my
幸せ
own
でした。
happiness. Oh yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. She only wanted Rika to live with Hanyu so that, you know, she wouldn't be totally lonely and would have people to be with. When I first met Rika and saw what she looked like, for the first time in my... Oh yeah, in years, I was so surprised I gasped because her face looked just like my daughter Orca. Yeah, understandable actually. Nipa. Even though nobody else could sense my presence. Yeah, that is actually really, really weird. Yeah, Rika would always give me an innocent smile. That sight had me mesmerised from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, understandable. Just a feeling of, you know, not only a feeling of total reminding to the past, but also a feeling of, you know, just instant bond because of how sweet she is and how similar she is to Orca. So I started staying by her side all the time and doing all sorts of things to look after her. Yeah, she was like a second mother to her, really. I kept hoping that she'd become a good girl that everybody loved. Yeah, and that really was the case, yeah. And to that end, I generously shared my skills and knowledge with her. Yeah, in order to guide her growth. About the weather, about cooking. Anytime she asked a small question, yeah, I'd answer politely and in a way easy enough for a child to understand. That's so nice, yeah. Eventually, by doing so all the time, I became a valued presence to Rika, who she could always rely on to respond to her wishes. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And it gradually grew into deep trust and affection. Yeah, it was really fun and I was so happy. After being separated from my... Oh my god, yeah, after being separated from my family after such a long slumber, I lived a lonely life since my reawakening. Yeah. God, so awful that. Yeah, so having the opportunity to interact with somebody brought me irresistible... Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. However, one day I saw it. Rika was being harshly reprimanded by her mother. Oh no! Yeah, she's probably really seeing the effects of what her, you know, real happy feelings to Rika and, you know, bond has actually caused. I was puzzled at first, wondering what such a perfect girl could have done to upset anybody. Yeah, but that's the reason why her mum was upset, really. But while listening to this reproachful conversation, I gradually came to understand the reason, and I recognised myself. It's just interesting that a kind act, because she hasn't actually viewed all the potential consequences that, you know, doing it could cause, she views it as something bad. Because to think of it, these days, Rika hasn't been getting along with her mother. Yes, definitely. Everybody loves being praised, more than people being angry with them. Oh yeah, definitely. You hope that your wishes will be granted, not refused. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Nevertheless, you have to know the meaning of why some things are praiseworthy or upsetting. Oh yeah, definitely, and understand why some wishes are rejected but others are fulfilled. That takes discipline. Yeah, and I suppose, I mean, no matter how nice Rika's life was with Hanyu, I mean, I suppose it was just a perfect life. There was no real discipline required because of just how perfect everything was. Yeah. Yes, definitely, yeah. But I always wanted to see Rika smiling and happy, so I took all of her mother's opportunities to praise her and fulfill her wishes and made them my own. Yeah, as a result, Rika started thinking her mother was always angry with her. Yes, I wouldn't listen to anything she said. And her mother started feeling creeped out that her daughter was able to do things that she never taught her. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. By the time I noticed, it was already too late.
確かにそうね。
Yeah, Hanyu really realising the depth of just how bad her actions were, really. But they weren't even bad, they were just really good intentions without actually considering the consequences, really. By the time I noticed, it was already too late. That's certainly
私
true.
はあなたと話している方が
Yeah, I
よっ
found
ぽど
talking
た
with
め
you
になる
far
と
more
思ってい
pleasant.
た。うるさくて厳しい母親に近づいても
Definitely. Yeah.
嫌な気分になるだ
I
け
mean,
だ
even
った
though Hanyu is really, really nice, that feeling of dependence Rika has so much so that, you know, she kind of rejects her actual mother. Yeah, not very good. Being around my harsh, obnoxious mother always
Rika のお母さん
made me
に
feel
は
irritated.
本当に悪いことをしてしまったと思いますです
Yeah, I think I did something really terrible to your mother,
だから
Rika.
僕はせめて彼女が心の底で願っていたことあ
Yeah,
なたの幸せ
at
だけ
least
は
that's the
しっかり
case.
と叶えてあげようと心に決めたのです
So at the very least, I decided I'd do my best to grant her the thing that she longed for from the bottom of her heart, your happiness.
でもそれをぶち壊しにするような事
Oh
件が
my
起きました
god, I know. But then came the incident that completely destroyed that. Yeah. In June of 1983. Oh god. In June of 1983, mysterious deaths continue to happen year after year, which even claimed the lives of Rika's parents one year. And one time, while I was thinking over who might... Oh my god. Oh god, that must be... Jesus fucking Christ. Seeing Rika and how she is. For a moment, I doubted my eyes. I was at the main hall of the Furude Shrine, a site I should have been intimately familiar with. But on the altar at the top of the stairs. Oh, God. And not only that, but it was...
Rika
Rika? Rika.
そんなことも
God.
あったわね。
Jesus Christ, seeing a sight like that. Yeah, and then just realising all your efforts, no matter how much they've kind of destroyed the relationship with her and her mum. Yeah, but they will never bring her happiness. So that's how it happened.
声をかけても体をゆすっても
Oh my
リカ
god,
は動きま
yeah.
せんでした
She has no form, she can't. Even when I shouted, ran over it and shook the body, you didn't move.
息もしていなくてもう
Yeah.
完全に手遅れでした
Yeah, it was already late. You were no longer breathing.
最初に感じたのは悲しみそして怒りと恨みからの復讐の思いでした
I felt sad at first, but it warped into anger and a bitter desire for vengeance.
でも
Yeah.
僕はそれ以上に
Oh my god,
リカと
yeah.
過ごした幸せな時間を失いたくなかった
Yeah, but even more than that, I just didn't want to lose my fun times with
だ
you.
からかつての同胞の掟に逆らってあなたに同化し時間を巻き戻しました。
So I cast aside the rules of my former brethren and assimilated you to rewind time.
そして惨劇に巻き込まれて命を落とすようなことがないよう、その運命の分岐点を一緒に探そうと思いましたのです。
And I wanted us to work together to find the turning point that led to that fate, so that I wouldn't lose you to this tragedy.
おかげで同じ時間を無限に繰り返して生きる人であって人な
That
ら
is
ぬ
so surprising
存
though.
在
So
になっ
the
てしまったけど
assimilation of Rika. So I'm assuming what happens is Hanyu takes control of Rika. They reverse time, and then Hanyu lets go of Rika's body here, and then goes back to her own self. That's what I'm thinking. Thanks to that, I became a unique human existence that endlessly repeated the same time period. Yes, definitely, yeah.
最初の巻き戻しで私を死地から呼び戻してくれたことは
However, I was grateful that you brought me back from the dead the first
お
time.
かげで私いろんな人と出会って
Oh yeah, yeah.
たくさんのことを学ぶきっかけを得ることができたから
Thanks to that, I was able to meet all sorts of people, and I had the opportunity to learn so many things.
でもそれがそもそもの
But that was
間
a
違いでし
mistake
た。
to begin with. After rewinding time hundreds, thousands, and even tens of thousands times while searching for a way to avert the tragedy, Rika came to completely depend on me. Yes, I'm happy they brought this up. And along with that, her old, homely and submissive personality slowly faded. Yes, and it always just faded to a depressive
またやり直
and
せばいいじゃ
submissive
ない
personality. No, not submissive, sorry, depressive and, hopeless personality that always has to fake. The Rika that Hanyu sees. Even if we fail, we just have to go back and try again. Yeah.
次はどんな感じに殺されるのかしら
Oh god, yeah, totally masochistic as well. I wonder how it will feel next time I get killed. It was a pessimistic thought process born from resignation and despair. And she became increasingly reluctant to move away from the status quo. She eventually stopped believing in hope. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. In the beginning, Rika would listen when I encouraged her and urged her to keep going. Yes, but those words no longer reached her ears, totally destroying her. So I turned the tables on her. Next time, I reached her by enticing her to rebel. Yeah.
どうせ無駄なのです。
Yeah, so stopping her, acting as if she is totally hopeless, as if nothing is, nothing is ever, I don't really know, just, acting completely opposite to what Rika would want to think, especially when she's more hopeful. Yeah, so that's actually really interesting. So even in this story, she was totally acting as if, I don't know, she was really quite, Hanyu was acting... At first he was trying to praise Rika, just trying to convince her constantly, but she lost hope. So as a result, rebel. Make her think that doing this is, I don't know, having some sort of impact. Make her hate you. It doesn't really matter as long as she is living a good life. In the end, I couldn't expect anything. Rika may have felt provoked by that. She regained the motivation to deny my one-sided pessimism. Yes, exactly, yeah. My forsaking attitude had, in fact, worked. However, is there really a path to a happy... No, I know, that is a really good question. No matter how hopeful Rika really feels, how the hell can you do it? I guess you could call this a supernatural power that words have. The more I said those words to her, the more obsessed with that doubt I became. Yeah. That is really interesting. So, the more she, said, really contemplated whether there was a doubt to a happy future, and questioned the meaning of it, by, well, she wasn't even really intending to have this personality herself, but it's just gradually stuck with her, and she's become more obsessed with the doll. In fact, even after rewinding time hundreds of times, Rika never managed to escape her death. Exactly, not even once. Maybe I was just forcing a child who was originally fated to die to keep on suffering through life. Yeah, but at the same time, it's horrible. It really, truly is. How much she has to go through. But now, it's all ending. Is it even possible to change a fate predetermined by nature? Well, in this case, it is actually, yeah. And that thought seemed to get transmitted to her. Yes, because Rika hid in her shell once again, giving up on trying to overcome fate. And that has become such an intense theme ever since, like, I don't know, Miotsukushi maybe? I don't know. Right, that was around the time Rika started drinking that grape juice that looked like wine. It was wine, though. But at that point, I no longer knew how to talk. Oh, God. Yeah, teaching her something I didn't believe in myself wouldn't just be meaningless. It would be hypocritical. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. Because the thing that's really tricky, I mean, beforehand, Hanyu really believed that Rika would be able to survive, but now she can't. Because she doesn't even know herself. It's so tricky. That's why the two of us just aimlessly continue this repeating cycle. Exactly. No end in sight.
僕は結局リカを導くこと
In
が
the
で
end,
き
I
な
wasn't
かっ
able
た
to lead you, Rika.
圭一たちのような励ましを
Yeah,
あなたにしてあ
definitely.
げることができなかった
But the thing is, that's because she can do less. No matter how much encouragement happens, it is just words. At the end of the day, if no action happens.
それはきっと僕自身があなたの苦しさや
Oh,
辛
that's
さを
interesting.
本
She's
当の
actually
意味で
begging
理
to
解していなか
differ.
ったからだと思いますのです
I think that's because I never really understood your pain and suffering.
羽生
Hanyu,
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry, Rika.
リカ僕のせい
It's
で
my
あ
fault that you...
なたは
To be honest, it is actually kind of her fault that she's gone through all this torment. But at the same time, I really find it hard to view all of the negatives when we realise that, she is going to be able to live her life. I mean, after so much time, she is actually going to be able to live. Potentially. Let me just add. Oh, it's okay. Good on her for forgiving
そ
her.
んなに
I
自分を責め
agree.
ないで
Yeah, you shouldn't put so much blame on yourself. Softly, Rika, reached her hand out and gently stroked my head. Oh, that's really quite nice. Yeah, when I looked up, stunned, Rika was quietly shaking her head. And it's just really quite surprising that even though this has happened and she is so guilty to all of the torment she's caused to Rika doesn't want revenge. She just wants everyone to be happy, everyone to be peaceful.
信じていなかったの
And
は
she forgives. Yeah, just like you, I didn't
私も
believe. Yeah,
幸
it's
せ
so
を
hard
掴んで
to.
みせると言っておきながら結局
Yeah,
仲間
yeah.
任せの気持ちを捨て去ることができなかった
As much as I said I'd grab hold of of happiness, I couldn't abandon the feeling of leaving everything up to my friend. Yeah.
それにどこかで甘えがあったのも確かに
Yes, definitely, yeah. And I'm certain there was a lack of self-reliance somewhere in there. Yeah, she just felt always
今
dependent
度
on her
の世
friends.
界で失敗しても
Oh,
また次にや
yes,
り直
yes,
せばいい
definitely, yeah.
そんな風に思って
Because then you really
覚悟が
lose the
足りて
value
い
in
なかった
each individual world. If I fail in this world, I can just start all over again. As long as I kept thinking that thought, I didn't have sufficient resolve to change things.
と神様のきつい戒めだったのかも
Yeah.
だからこうやって
It is weird.
自分の体と心を引き剥が
I
され
suppose
て
for
しま
her
った
thinking like that. Maybe this is a harsh divine punishment that my body be
中
separated
途
like
半
this.
端な思いで命がけになってくれているみんなを巻き込もうとする考えはとても失礼で非道なことなんだって
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah. Yeah, telling me the notion of asking the others to risk their lives when I'm still feeling so half-hearted is disrespectful and totally outrageous. It is interesting her lack of, independence, really. Always relying on friends, always relying on Hanyu. Even though she doesn't believe, she doesn't even know what to believe anymore. Rika. It is really harsh what she's saying there. When I left this world, I understood. Happiness and unhappiness are sensations that can only be felt by the living. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, so everyone treasures every single moment and does the best to live their life. That's fair, because you just view life as a challenge. You don't really feel anything. No happiness, no unhappiness, no fun. You don't treasure a moment at all. Nothing. You were never in the headspace to. Am I endlessly repeating life? I forgot that. Yeah, definitely, yeah. So in the end, I was simply paying it lip service, just like you. Yeah, I think it's so good that she knows to treasure every moment and make the most of the opportunity in every moment. Just because there is another world waiting doesn't mean this world has to be awful. Yeah, everyone, including you, told me that. I'm sorry too. Rika gently held my hand as she said that. Yeah, it was soft and warm. Holding her hand felt so pleasant. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Yeah. We were both a little bit in the wrong. Yeah. Looking at myself from the outside, I'm glad that I at least noticed that. Yeah. That's so sweet, yeah. And I suppose quite literally, this is what Hanyu let Rika do. Yeah, hearing you say that, I feel like I was saved. Oh, so now the body is going to be Rika's of the crystals. Yeah, the crystal Rika body. Yeah, it's about time I returned this body to you. Oh my god, I know! Thanks to it, I was able to have all kinds of fun. I rested my face against the tip of Rika's nose and lightly rubbed it with my forehead. That moment, our bodies were wrapped in a fierce whirlwind. What? And then our bodies began to feel light and we rose up into the air. That is so weird. No, but the only thing is now Rika is Rika and Hanyu is Hanyu. Now Rika can see Hanyu as Hanyu and yep, other way around as well. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I wonder how they're going to differ from, you know, the Hanyu Rika to the Rika Rika. So confusing to say. Yeah, then I was standing in the ritual storehouse with my feet firmly on the ground. Yeah, it's been so long since I've had my own body. My heartbeat, blood flow, and the air inside my lungs. Somehow I felt so nostalgic. It's so weird that she's been able to think this. I mean, when she was in that crystal ball, she was probably just a consciousness. That's all, a consciousness able to, you know, reflect her voice and travel back in time to, you know, give people advice that would eventually lead to where this plot is now. Even the stiff pain in my sprained ankle. Oh, sprained ankle felt a little endearing. Oh god. Rika.
このまま時間が進めば、あな
Yes,
たは未来
yes,
につか
definitely,
む
yeah.
ことができます。
Get back to reality. If things continue like this, you'll be able to grab hold of your future.
山犬たちは部活メンバーによって敗北し、
Yes,
高野美代は
exactly.
破滅するでしょう。
You are the one to do it. The Mountain Dogs will be defeated by the club members and Takano Mio will be left in ruin. Right. Right. I love that she just says that.
嬉しくないのですか？
I know. Aren't you happy?
ようやくあなたの待ちに待った幸せな
It's
未来
not
が
there
目
yet.
の前に来て
To
い
be
るので
fair,
すよ。
the future you've been waiting for is finally right before your eyes, isn't it? Because she just can't say anything. When I looked up, I suddenly turned towards Hanyu. She had a calm smile on her face as she waited for my reply. Oh, nice. She's just contemplating how truly brilliant this is, I hope. That's right, it's not over yet. Oh yeah, definitely, I agree, yeah. There's still something I have to do. A whole lot of people are still fighting with all their strength and all their heart for my sake. Yes, for my happiness. Well, for 2,000 villagers' sake, but ultimately yours, because you are the main target. And we've carved a path through destiny. All thanks to Hanyu, of course. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And her, but yeah, Hanyu as well. So now it's my turn. Oh yeah, nice. For the sake of my friends who carved out my path through destiny, I'm gonna carve out a path for them too. And at the same time, unless we close the chasm on this tragedy, this comedy that has gotten so many people involved, she won't allow it to end. Huh? So.
今、彼女はこちらに向かってきているようです。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So, she's coming here right now. Shall we go? Yes! It's obvious, isn't it?
だから羽生、今度こそ力を貸してもらってもいいかしら。
Can you lend me your strength one more time? I mean,
もちろんなのです。
of course. Oh, I think it's really nice that she's actually saying that. But, I mean, it wasn't really her strength. It's her own intuition that she needs. And it's going to be so strong as a result of seeing what Hanyu and, you know, everything that's really happens has accumulated really. Of course.
リカの未来、部活メンバーの未来、そして
for Rika's future, for the club members' future, and for everyone's future. Yeah, my god, I know! For 2,000 people's future. Let's steer this endless journey towards the goal. With me and her on opposite sides of the coin. Oh yeah, definitely, they totally are. Totally. Right. I'm going to stop reading here. Is this where... Oh, I really wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. Oh my god. That was a really interesting plot twist. I think they actually explained that really well. And I actually really like that alternate take on the events. I thought that was done really well. It was really interesting. And overall, I wonder which one I actually prefer. To be honest, I kind of prefer... I think if this plot twist and Miotsukushi Matsuri's plot twist were merged together, it could create something brilliant. I wish there was more of Miotsukushi Matsuri's plot twist in this, because if there was, I probably would have preferred it a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know, I liked both of them. I really do, but I think overall, to be honest, I think this one's overall a little bit more interesting. It's just, it explains a lot more as well. It explains a lot about Hanyu as well, about how she's actually been able to, travel back in time and her emotional state, and about Rika and her mother as well, and how Hanyu sort of, destroyed their bond. And yeah, there's also just a lot of stuff like that. It's really quite cool. And, oh my god, yeah, just the total defeat of the Mountain Dogs. That's so nice to see always. And then there's also the, I suppose all of the stuff regarding, what was I going to say, 87302. Oh, that was a really quite cool, sort of action-packed adventure, seeing like how they actually got that disbanded. I'm really excited for the Tomitake side of this. I really wonder, let me just check, is like the last... No, we've probably got like 2 episodes to go. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, see you guys tomorrow.